Welcome back to another episode of I'm Peaking Podcast. I'm going to get right into it. Right here we have the legendary bass maestro himself, also known as the Duke of Drops, the Wizard of Wobbles, and the High Priest of... I forgot the last word. Ray Volpe himself.
That was good.
He rehearsed that beforehand. No, seriously, I have it right here. It's High Priest.
You have it right there and you still forgot the last word.
Hey, man.
We need a teleprompter.
I'm gonna play with it. You know, you do your best, and it's like when you mess up during a set, you just keep going.
That's fair enough. All right,
You just keep going.
All right, I'll take it.
That's pretty
This
good.
is the one mess up you have then.
There you go.
If a DJ messes up twice, then it's like, oh,
He's got you
on a short leash, bro.
Have you ever messed up during a set?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh.
It's usually not noticeable, but I had a recent one where I was doing. Wait, what was the mess up I just did? I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So I was doing.
She knows.
It's like writing it down.
You messed up here.
It wasn't my fault, to be fair. Okay, it's never our
your fault. Yeah.
So it was probably my fault. It was at Sunset Music Festival in Tampa, and I do all my edits. I do them live. I don't have them like pre-done in Ableton, which some people do.
Yeah,
but I just prefer to do it live. I feel like it's more fun for me.
You're a real producer.
I'm a real DJ, guys.
He's an artiste.
Right?
Yeah.
Not about that fake life.
Damn, just outing half the DJs.
I don't mean half.
I swear I don't care that much.
So it goes from like the first drop of Laserbeam into the Sullivan King remix, and then from there it goes. It's like the pre-drop and build-up of Attention by Freaky and High Zombie, and then it goes into Scream Saver, Subtronics. That's all gonna be doubled basically. And I think it's like a triple with this like loop of Laserbeam. It's this whole thing.
There's a lot going on.
I know what those are now.
Yeah.
I know what those are now. Doubles and triples.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. So I have Scream Saver playing in my headphones, and so I'm like, all right, we're good to go here. You know, I'm about to flip up the fader, and it's gonna be you're ready to
Yeah.
and then I just flipped it up, and it was just silence. I was like, oh shit, we can curse on here, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
So I'm just like, all right, fuck. And then within like 2 seconds, I was very quick to just spin back and be like, I messed up. I just because I feel like it's the best way to go.
That is the best way.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
It's like, hey, I messed up. Like, but that's fine because we can do it again. So I literally just started playing like the Sullivan King remix from halfway through the drop. Just like, we're just doing it over. And it had a bigger reaction when it hit.
Yeah. Literally, like 1 minute later, who's gonna remember? Like, no one is gonna walk out of that set and be like, "Dude, did you see Ray Volpe mess up like that one transition between like?"
You should have done that triple better. I could have totally done it better.
I will say, I think all of Instagram and TikTok knows because I posted it.
But see, no one can attack you if you attack yourself.
You made it aware and just like accepted it, and it's out there.
Yeah.
Say, hey,
People make mistakes.
my
man.
bad.
Yeah.
Everybody has.
Welcome back to
something.
I'm Peaking.
We didn't even intro ourselves yet. So, what's up, guys? I'm Devin.
I'm Brin for today.
What? I'm Nand.
I'm Mickie.
What do you mean for today?
For today, we switched names today.
It's because Nan called
I accidentally called her
Mickie
Mickie
my
today.
name, so we're just under the
going with
assumption
it.
that
Go
So
with
you're
the flow.
you're a really bad friend.
Apparently.
I'm still gonna put the little animation for your guys' like names as
You're gonna
the
get them
correct
confused.
ones.
Yeah, put a question mark at the end.
We actually will do that.
And of course,
Editing 101.
Hey,
Yeah.
Roy.
Roy Volp.
Why does Roy just make me? It just makes me think of Rick and Morty, the Roy game, where he's just like going through
Life of Roy.
Life of Roy.
That's so.
I just think of Roy from Super Smash Bros.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
play Super Smash at all?
Yeah.
I can't.
Are you
You
surprised?
can't?
I can't.
Wait,
I can't.
why can't you?
These button smashing games, there's like, there's obviously a skill to it that I don't have. So I'm
But
just.
you press buttons on the CDJs.
That's
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good point.
And we heard you used to be, or maybe not that you were a gamer, but we heard that you used to edit Call of Duty montages.
Oh.
I did. I'm definitely a gamer. Just more in the there's mostly less of Nintendo. I used to play a lot of Nintendo games, but I was never really good at most of them, especially like Smash. But yeah, I used to edit. So when I was probably like 11 and 10 or 11. I used to make like stop motion videos with like WWE.
No
action figures.
way.
Yeah, I've been making video content since I was probably 8. I
love that.
Wow.
That's
I did.
so
That's
cool.
young.
Are you self-taught?
Oh, completely.
Oh shit,
yeah.
awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, I just like always had a love for like YouTube and video and anything like that. And I was really big into all forms of media. So I was like, I wanted to start making videos. So that was the first things I did, which actually, I don't think I've ever said that before. I used to make like in public. I never said I used to make these stop motion like wrestling videos. They're really bad.
I want to see them.
Yeah, are they online somewhere?
I've tried to find them. They're gone. I think the channel was like maybe terminated for copyright. I think
okay, that makes sense.
Like I used so many like theme songs from them back in the day. It's probably all gone. But from there, I started like getting really into just like, I guess like everyone got into COD really heavily when they were
you part of the COD lobby?
Is that the name of like
the little like voice lobbies?
Oh
where,
no,
like...
I would actually never. I thought you meant like, I thought you were saying like there was like a clan called COD.
No.
I was like, no, I would actually never use my mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like the silent one.
Yeah, I was scared.
Why?
Everyone's yelling.
Oh, yeah,
and shit.
they're
It's kind of
that is like the number one toxic place.
Dude, even on like games like Smash where you literally cannot talk to someone, it's still toxic.
Yeah.
People just online play in general is just toxic.
Yeah, it can get really bad. I was too scared to get on the mic. I think also like at that point I never had one. I think I only got. I don't even have one now. Like I just because I'm still a console player. I know most like console players probably transition to PC, but I'm still I use PS5. So and I just have I go through Discord, so like I don't ever
Right.
But yeah, I got really into like Call of Duty, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna start like making videos with this. So I would go online, find like contests of like gameplay that you can edit, or like find friends that were playing, and they had like. Back in the day, everyone has like an Elgato now to film everything. But back in the day, it was like a Dazzle, and then there was an HD PVR, were the two like capture cards that everyone was using to get gameplay.
Yeah, so much more complex.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. Yeah, you need because now you just have like HDMI cable. You just plug that in.
Yeah, just Elgato.
Back in the day, you had to get like before there was component cables. You had the red, white, and yellow. You had to get those in, and then they had component where it was like green and blue and red, and the red and white, and you had to plug all that in.
It's pretty advanced for a young kid.
Yeah, I don't know how I was doing that. So I was like recording gameplay, editing stuff. I was using like Sony Vegas, and I moved to Premiere Pro and all that. And I was using like metalcore at first because I was like a big scene kid.
Nice.
I had like I had long hair. It was always in my face.
Wow.
I think
for like some pictures.
Oh yeah, I'll find some.
Social clip. Were you pictures?
Were you of the screamo era?
Yeah, for sure. I was definitely like in the crapcore era, like Attack, and Asking Alexandria, Bless the Fall, all that. I still listen to a ton of bands like now. Like Bring Me the Horizon's like my favorite band of all time.
Nice.
I still listen to them.
Then what's that one festival like when we were young?
Dude, I wanted to go. I was booked. I'm trying to like keep it in my mind to like tell my agents in the future. Like
I think it's probably gonna happen every year now.
Yeah.
People love it.
Mm-hmm. Dude. I mean, it's nostalgic. Like it's all the stuff that we grew up with.
It's so cool. It's when we were young.
It's when we were young.
I remember people thought that it was a scam festival.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Dude, it's because it was 2 days and every artist would only get like 30 minutes.
It made
40
no sense.
minutes. It made no sense.
Yeah.
And then when you actually see it, it's like, oh, it's because it's a rotating
live
stage.
bands,
stage that literally every 40 minutes they're gone. It's just so fast.
It's wild. It's impressive, but it's also like that sounds such like I don't want to be a part of any of those teams. It sounds so stressful.
Yeah.
Chaotic.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Nothing but chaos.
Yeah.
Like at least in like DJs, it's like just pop the USB
Yeah,
out.
I'm ready.
See, and if emergencies happen, things happen, you can on the fly, like the Forbidden Four at Forbidden Kingdom that just happened. Like the stage fell down, they're able to get all 4 of those artists, throw them on. They could just throw something together.
It's very convenient.
Yeah. You definitely can't do that in any type of rock or like live play field.
Yeah, just get like 10 guitarists, 10 guitarists, four
can you imagine,
drummers.
dude?
The most you can maybe do, which would be sick. The next sentence is not sick, but like it reminded me of this. Sometimes you'll see when like the lead, like the front man of a band, if they pass away early, they'll do like a tribute show, and they have a bunch of other bands. Those singers come up and they sing a song.
Oh, that's dope.
So like maybe if there's like a situation where something happens at a festival like that, they can be like, oh, well, we can just get like these are our most popular songs. They get like other bands to pop up for a second, like something like that.
They're just asking the bands. They're like,
all right,
who's the biggest fan of this song?
Like, do you need to go on Genius? Do you need to look it up? Like, do you know the lyrics?
Yo, I got the guitar tabs for you. You need them?
Yeah. I got the notes.
What do you mean you only played it on Guitar Hero 3?
Were you in a band before you became a DJ?
The real answer is no, but the
Did
answer
you dream of it?
I definitely dreamed of it. And when I was like in 7th grade, my friend played drums, and he was like, "Oh, we should start something." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I was gonna be the singer, and then like 3 days later, we were just playing like COD again.
So you said you were going to be the singer, so you sing.
Yeah, I sing on a lot of my songs.
Wait, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, which ones?
Okay, so Feeling This Way, which was one of the bigger ones I've sang on. Nosebleed, basically everything on the Mixed Feelings EP that I did.
Okay.
Need Your Love, some older songs from me like Reality, Bipolar, stuff like that. All of those I sang on.
You should start singing live.
That's
I
so
think
sick.
I'm terrified.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool though.
That would be.
I think I will at some point.
Okay.
I think it's about making it work where it comes off in a. I'm not to say it looks cringy to do both, because I don't think it is, because I think it takes a lot of talent to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I want to do it in a way that I personally don't feel cringe myself, because
Yeah.
that's more of like an insecurity thing.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel that.
I don't
No,
want
it
to make
makes
it sound
sense.
like I'm coming at anyone else that does it. It's more of like, no, you guys look cool. I don't. it's a me
It's
thing.
a comfort level. You
Yeah,
know? You
yeah.
want to like
100.
be able to like get to a level or a place where like, wait, I can comfortably do both at the same time because I've like created the layers in the right
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. The only person I know that can like do that, at least in my opinion, really well is Fox Stevenson.
Sing
So
and
good.
play.
Yeah, so good.
Goated.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
Jana's been
seriously.
killing it lately.
And Jana,
we
and
just
Jana
saw
too,
saw Halion like
Well,
last week.
Halion doesn't play.
But her boyfriend.
Yeah, I know, but, like-
Is her
produces
boyfriend or
stuff.
husband?
Husband.
Or sorry,
Husband
husband.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Her
husband.
husband is playing the set, DJing, and
Yeah.
then she sings.
I
Yeah.
think just a live set performance, I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, I love it.
It takes so much more
It
work.
does.
Yeah.
There's so
It
much
does.
more that goes into it. Like I was on the tour with Keizo this past year.
Oh,
and
I went to the show.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that you were there. I saw on stories. I remember.
Dude,
Yeah.
The fact that they messed up the lasers when he was playing Laserbeam.
Oh.
That's funny in
was
itself.
that
though.
on purpose?
No, so
okay.
there's people that definitely are like think that I did on purpose for like the video for the
Yeah,
content. I will openly say I'm a content whore. I love it. I love content, but I would never compromise like a set or an experience for fans
Yeah.
where there's a mistake
Yeah.
on purpose, because
Yeah.
I think that's you're like, I don't want to compromise anything for for people
Yeah.
that buy tickets to go to a show.
You don't want to take away from
Yeah.
them because some people
Yeah.
go because they're like the lasers are unbelievable.
It
Yeah.
We
was
need to
so
go see
weird.
it.
Like you heard the laser, and everyone around us are like, "Where are the lasers?"
Yeah, before I'll just be honest. Before the show, I went and I talked to the people that were responsible for it, and they were like, "Hey, I know this song, and I love this song, and like, have you done it so many times?" And we're like, "Cool." They even said they're on the same page as me. This isn't Keizo's team, by the way. This is just like a third party. They're like, you want it like after like so it's bunt laser, and then after all that, when it actually hits, we're gonna launch it. I said, perfect.
Yeah.
You already know everything's good. I go up and I play it, and obviously it's like late.
Yeah.
And I saw this person after, and they didn't say like sorry. They also didn't address that they messed it up until later. My friend, who was in a chat with a bunch of people that do that type of thing, like the Asian stuff, my friend showed me a message, and the guy's like, "Oh, this was on purpose." Like we were like, it was like a troll. I think just trying to avoid accountability. You know?
Yeah,
It's like-
I was just about to make a joke. I'm like, what if he just did that on purpose, like to
troll you?
He could. Maybe he did, but I
So like you think
It's not a very
he's
funny joke.
you think he's saying he trolled you so that he doesn't have to take accountability for actually
yeah.
messing
I
up?
think it was a mistake, which is fine. It happens.
happens.
Hey, it made such a great
It
video at
did.
the end of it.
Yeah.
Right?
It reminds me of like, did you watch the new Flash movie?
I'm personally boycotting it because I don't.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of all the
So,
stuff.
um,
Yeah, same.
The CGI just sucked.
Oh, I saw
ass.
clips on Twitter.
So
It looks really
the
bad.
director's making excuses saying, "Oh, it was on purpose."
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the lighting
do not,
of how.
Do not tell me that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's because this is how Barry's the Speed Force
And
and
it's
how
like
the
through
light
his
through his
eyes.
eyes and the lighting and stuff like
You
that.
have a million.
Yeah.
When the credits were rolling, there were just like millions and hundreds of like visual effects, and I was like, "There's no fucking way it was this bad."
I just gotta say, how is the Flash show on CW 10 times better?
Oh,
That, yeah, it makes no
And the
sense.
CGI still
Then the
sucked.
movie.
was still bad.
But it was so much better.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry to tangent for a second, but like this happens very commonly. I feel like in certain animes too. Do you watch anime?
I've never seen a single like anime in my life.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
just okay. I'm
familiar though, so like if you want to.
So in Naruto,
Yeah.
there was this big fight scene like way later on between Naruto and this like other big villain character, and like the way the CGI, like the way they animated it, just looked very like dumbed down and like almost like doodle sketches. But it's supposed to come across as like that battle's happening fast.
Yeah.
But then it just looks bad.
It doesn't come off the way
it doesn't come off
they're
and so,
intending.
exactly. So I just watched. I started watching Black Clover recently, and they had just had a fight scene just like that, and like it just secured the fact that I'm like, dude, sometimes if it just looks bad, it just looks bad.
At least just
you know.
say that it does.
actually,
And like,
I mean, to be fair, and I'll throw this in there because I'm a huge anime nerd, as you know this. Older shows like that, it's money. It takes money.
Yeah.
You got to pay a lot of money for each of those frames.
And
Yeah.
because I know like they'll send out to the VFX house. They're like, hey, we need 3,000 shots, but then they don't ever say, is this still good close wise?
oh yeah, you're good.
They'll be like, we need 3,000 shots, and then they give them a quote, and then they're like, okay, it's gonna be this much. But those 3,000 shots, they don't disclose if it's just, oh, we need just green screen work, or we need like we need to de-age somebody, or we need to like cut wires out of a frame.
Yeah.
So like they don't know what they're getting into. They just get quoted per shot,
Yeah.
and then they get it, and it's 3,000 shots, and half of them are like way too much work, and they're all getting crunch times. They're all working way longer than a 40-hour like legal work week.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then it ends up turning like shit, and that's probably what happened with the
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah.
honestly.
Damn.
Wow. Can I just ask why we're boycotting Flash?
The actor.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't know.
Ezra Miller?
Ezra
has-
Miller.
Yeah, he's got some pretty big allegations against him. Yeah, I can't remember all of them at the top of my head, but something about didn't he like kidnap
Somebody or something. I might be
Yeah.
wrong. Like, this is a very broad explanation.
Yeah.
It's not
Flash.
I say allegations to my understanding, but
I think
like
it's
like abuse and like
Yeah.
abuse and like
just public indecency,
I did not know that.
negligence,
All right.
things like that.
Yeah.
like
Good to know.
they need like some type of like rehab or help.
Yeah.
that they
And-
hopefully get.
Yeah, and as
Yeah.
far as I know, the team was just so
Getting in
deep
a lot of drunk fighting too.
they're just so deep into like the movie and like his contract that they just were like, if we scrap this, like it's gonna be the biggest loss of money. So I think
So
they
much
just
money
decided
lost?
to
Wow.
they just decided to go with it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
that movie changed directors like 4 times during.
Yeah.
It was in development hell for a long time, so I think they just wanted to get
Wild.
it through. So I think
Yeah.
that movie's
Wild.
also supposed to reset the DCU in some way.
Yeah,
'cause-
it is.
Yeah.
So now,
honestly, every time they use Flash in like anything,
Yeah, it's
that's
just,
how
oh,
you can reset
what?
stuff.
Yeah.
all right, time to
Dude,
restart.
Poor
yeah.
James Gunn, like switching over to DC, and then now he has to deal with like all
Marvel's
this
better
drama.
anyways.
No, I know, but you know, they removed, or he removed himself, right? Or no, Disney fired James Gunn at first because they found like super old tweets. So they removed him for Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they brought him. Yeah, everyone
like fought for
Yeah.
him. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, these are old tweets.
Then they brought
and he's
him
like a
back.
good person today.
Yeah, they brought him
was
back.
like-
He finished Guardians 3, and then he resigned, and he's going to the DC universe to fix the DC
Yeah.
universe.
I will say though, even if he I don't know if he's really gonna fix it or not. And certainly, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Flash isn't even like his first movie under it. Really, it's gonna be like that new Superman that he's working on and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But
Wait, did James Gunn also do a Suicide Squad?
yeah, like the Suicide
Did he?
Squad, which was really good.
Wait, did he
Yeah.
direct?
Yeah,
he directed it.
the new one. Yeah,
Oh.
and,
That was good. I liked that one.
Peacemaker and stuff like that.
Oh,
Those
I
were-
didn't
those
see
were
it. I
great.
haven't seen it.
Peacemaker's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, the acting is really bad, but like the storyline is
But
good.
that's the point.
But it's
to an
good.
extent, like Peacemaker is such an outrageous character that
Absolutely.
like he has to be. His acting's got to be. It's bad
I
because
couldn't see him the whole time. Because it's John
Oh, that's
Cena.
why you thought it was bad.
oh,
That's why you didn't know where he was. You were looking on the screen and you're like, where is he?
Fair enough.
I feel like John Cena has really good like comedic delivery.
Yeah,
He's-
yes,
I think
yeah.
I think, but I mean, coming from like a massive wrestling nerd,
Yeah.
I think all of wrestling is like a soap opera.
Oh, yeah, for
You
sure.
know? So
Yeah.
it's a lot of them, the good ones at least, they can all transition extremely easily into acting. Like Dave Bautista
Yeah,
from Guardians.
Dave
Dave
Bautista
Bautista
is
is so good.
Drax.
He was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. I met him once.
Yeah.
I said, you're my favorite wrestler. And he said, you're my favorite kid. And I know he didn't mean it. I know he didn't mean it, but I hold it to this day.
I love
that he
that.
meant it.
Brad, you know, Dave, remember from Guardians, Drax, the gray guy, the guy who's all gray and like has the red lines on his
yeah.
butt. That's Dave
Yeah,
Bautista.
that's
Yeah.
Dave Bautista,
Yeah.
So
I don't
you
know
s-
actors. I don't really watch that much
That's
TV
fair, yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
But if you describe them, I could remember who they are and where they come
Potentially.
from.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah.
I mean, arguably, he's like the funniest part of Guardians. Like, he's like the funniest character in Guardians, I
Yeah.
think, at least.
Because
So-
I feel like he's the buffoon character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
he is.
like
Yeah.
he's so clear in what he thinks is right. Period.
Yeah.
So like, as long as he doesn't break that character, he's the buffoon character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the latest Guardians movie?
I actually haven't seen it yet. So
You gotta see
this will be really disappointing to say because I feel like I'm also extremely like publicly such a comic nerd and I
Yeah.
read comics.
Marvel or DC?
I lean more Marvel.
Yes.
like,
Hell yeah,
always.
let's go.
I'm not DC at all.
I've
Except
been
for
leaning
Batman.
more Marvel.
For DC, for me, I think it's like the Batman, the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. Maybe if we're gonna go back in time, I think like the first 2 seasons of Arrow and the first like 2 seasons of The Flash.
yeah.
Yes,
and that
yes,
was
yes,
great.
yes, yes.
Like the CW, like they were like, all right,
Yes.
we got
Yes.
something
Yeah.
going here,
Yeah.
and then it just got so bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
got
kept
so
it going and going and going. And
Yeah.
Arrow
Supergirl
did end.
wasn't that great.
Arrow did end well though.
Did it? I didn't watch the.
It ended
I think it
well.
ended
I
really
couldn't
well.
watch after.
I cried.
Season.
That's how good
4.
it was.
It was really good.
Really? Oh,
I guess we gotta.
You
yeah,
don't
we gotta
watch it
finish
now?
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I mean,
ended
Marvel's
really
been
well.
fumbling lately.
yeah,
so.
that's it. It's like the tour schedule plus the they've been fumbling. It hasn't been great.
Yeah.
The Marvel's
Yeah.
been like.
But Guardians is really good though. Guardians is
saved
really
it.
good. It's worth going to see. But yeah, I think the only good movies that have come out recently are Guardians and the most recent Black Panther.
I liked Eternals.
I like Eternals a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't
It was
like
a hit
it.
or miss. I've heard
It was.
actually.
It was.
It's a hit
The
or miss.
animation was phenomenal, but like the story, just there's too much going on.
there's too
Too
many
many
characters.
characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that makes
say
sense.
It's a
that
fair
all the
point.
time.
It's a fair
Every
point.
movie where there's too many characters, it's just it's too much going on.
Yeah.
But that's why like Endgame and whatnot worked out because they told the story of
Over
every
They
time.
single
already
character
had.
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
You already knew going in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a lot of people to bring in at once. I get that. I think I just was so like in love with the cinematography of it and also just really I liked the characters a lot enough to be like, all right, well like I'm gonna like let this pass. I like this. I liked it, you know.
Yeah.
This is good.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, Marvel's been whatever. Unless they're watching. I loved it.
I love
I haven't seen
everything.
She-Hulk. Have you seen She-Hulk?
I've seen everything but the last 2 episodes.
That one's pretty bad.
Okay, yeah,
I-
it's so bad.
I thought
It's
it started
so bad.
strong and then I didn't like it.
Really?
After, like the first 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
I will say I lean Marvel, but the only place I lean DC is the DC animation movies. Those do really, really well.
they're all great.
Exactly.
Just they have that down.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like you know how Marvel has their Marvel blueprint, their superhero blueprint.
Yeah.
DC has the same blueprint in terms of not DC EU like with the movies; those
Yeah.
are terrible. But the DC like animated movies.
Except for
Yeah.
Batman, by the way.
Do you have a hard time keeping up with mainstream culture? Well, because you're touring and like so busy.
I would say no, but there's probably certain things that I miss. But like I for the most part, if it's a priority for me, then I will. Like I find time to like I've been watching Yellow Jackets, which is a great show.
Is it
It's been
good?
airing. Oh, it's like one of
Nice.
the best shows on. I would say it's really good. I'm on the last episode of Black Mirror right now of the current
Oh,
season.
Oh
nice.
yeah, I just
Dude.
finished.
Wait, is
that.
there a new season?
Yeah,
Is there a
it
new
just
season?
dropped.
Oh.
It's so
5
different than like
episodes.
the first
Oh, I need to
couple of
watch it.
seasons.
I
yeah.
stopped watching.
Oh my
it
God.
was too depressing and dark for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I couldn't
like that,
handle
though.
it.
I like that.
Yeah, but like this new season, they stepped away from all like the futuristic elements.
Yep.
And they kind of went back in time. Yeah, it feels like we're in the 2000s.
Yes.
but with a little bit of futuristic elements sprinkled in.
Yeah, no, like without spoilers, there's an episode that's like in the 70s. There's an episode that's in 2006.
Oh, that's
There's-
cool.
There's like
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I love the. I still love the Star Trek episode.
Oh, that's good.
That
That's a
episode's
good
my
one.
favorite.
Yeah.
That was the
Such a
introduction
good
for
one.
me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good episode
It's a
to
good
start
one.
on.
Wait,
Hell
Star
yeah.
Trek episode?
Yeah, the one where they have like the boss. They go
Got
into
it.
like that virtual reality.
Got
yeah.
it. That was a really good episode.
Yeah.
I think
do you-
I think the White Christmas episode.
That one's
That was my first
good.
episode.
My first one was the history of you one where they have they can record everything and play it back.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
you have the couple.
Yeah.
And then
I
like,
I think I like that season the most too because it all connected
Yeah.
together.
that was our first
I love
season,
anything
right?
like that.
What do you do outside of tour?
Genuinely,
Music?
I just
games?
I
What do you
just
do
play,
outside?
I
Like-
just play
Do
Fortnite.
you play out in the playground?
stop
Do you
there.
play in the playground with the
Play
swings?
tennis.
I hit the monkey bars.
Hey, those are hard.
I haven't
I can't
heard-
even do those.
I haven't heard the term monkey bars in years.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
weird to
right.
hear.
Isn't that like a weird phrase?
I think we got to do that right
Wow.
after this.
Yo, you already know where to find us.
We at the monkey bars.
Playground.
Hey, I know a spot. There's an adult playground somewhere around
Instead of a Call of Duty montage,
we're
it's just
literally-
us playing on a playground.
We're filming this in June. If you find us when this airs, we're still there. We're still there.
So just to add on to that question of like, what do you do outside of like music and whatnot, and the other question of like, can you keep up with like pop culture since you're so busy? Because we know you're like everywhere.
Yeah,
like you
everywhere.
had like 20, if I read it correctly, you had like 20 shows booked for this year.
Oh, 20 like festivals.
Yeah, like 20 festivals booked, probably more shows. Do you even get to hang out with your friends anymore? Like straight up.
So the thing about the friends thing is, I'll answer that and then I'll go into what I do outside. So for the friends, all my friends left when the pandemic hit. So I moved to LA in 2019 because I didn't move necessarily for music. I moved because all my friends were out here and they happen to be in music. I'm not necessarily someone that believes you need to move to LA to make it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's really situational. So I moved, and a year later, all my friends left when the pandemic hit. Validly, because it was like people
It's
were
expensive.
Yeah, it was expensive,
Yeah.
and no one was working, and so everyone went home, and people went to like Denver or NorCal or Texas.
I feel like everyone's in Denver now.
Yeah,
everyone's in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the spot now.
Yeah.
You won't catch me there, but
All the sad boys are there.
Yeah, they are. They are. They're all there.
Literally all in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, it's
And in the
crazy.
same house even.
It's all. They actually all live in bunk beds. Yeah.
I can see William Black and Fairlane
You know, a
just
bunch,
like
of, a bunch of DJs
Oh
should
no,
just like
Will Black and Fairlane are sharing the bed.
Yeah.
They're cuddling. They're cuddling.
a bunch of DJs just buy a whole mansion and everyone lives there,
I think a lot of people do that in the hills here,
like a big ass
Yeah,
mansion.
in like the Studio City Hills area,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Hollywood Hills and stuff.
Yeah.
They all will get like a producer houses.
That's
hype
sick.
house
I
situation.
mean, that's what like our friend Latrique does, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Virtual Riot and Electric and all them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice house. I've been there. That's a good house.
They moved actually.
I know. I heard they moved.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
I
but their new house is like an elevator in it now. I'm
Does
like,
it really?
what?
Oh,
It
yeah.
does.
Have you been?
I saw a video.
Okay, yeah. So I've been.
So you're just doxing
So,
their.
so me and my friend Larry play Smash with Gray.
Yeah.
And so we'll go over to their place and they have a whole fucking like projector room, like bean bags all covering the floor, and
They
like
have a cinema room.
Yeah, cinema room. We played Smash in the cinema room.
pretty cool.
Like on the wall, like it was crazy. And then
crazy.
the elevator is like a chute elevator.
Yeah.
It's not working right now, but it's like for one person.
Like Home Alone type stuff.
Yeah, no, like
Oh.
you walk in and like literally can fit one person, and it's one of those that just goes like.
Yo, that's kind of scary. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't working when I got there, so I don't know how long it's gonna be not working for. But
That's why
yeah.
I don't. This is why my friends left though, because they don't want to deal with shoot elevators. Yeah, I don't have friends here. So I literally just hang out with my girlfriend and.
We'll be your friends.
What?
We're your friends.
You wanna be friends?
Can I be honest? I feel like I've already known you guys forever. I feel like just like talking however long we've been so far, it's all just been like
Hell yeah.
very.
Mind
like,
you guys, we just met today.
We all just met. I
For
met
reals.
everyone today. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just hang out at home. I don't go to shows anymore because when my friends are in town, I have shows. Like I really want Crank That. Christian's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
He had this amazing show at Academy, and I couldn't be there because I had a festival. So I was bummed out. I wish I could have been there to support, but then
Damn.
yeah. So I honestly, when I'm home, I'm either working on music or playing Fortnite with my friends on Discord.
Nice. Well, we'll hang out with you.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
We'll have our weekly monkey bar.
Weekly monkey bar meet. That works.
Dude, we have to make a fucking montage now of us just like swinging around the place.
Where the hell are we gonna find monkey bars?
We'll find him.
We'll find it.
We'll find it.
We'll find
Yeah.
him.
And then we'll just make a bunch of samples of all the sounds from the day and then make a new song.
Easy.
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it'll
like-
be to one of your new songs.
There
It'll be
we
like
go.
a music video, but we shoot it on the playground and we're
I have a song called Screechy Song. I have Happy Song. I could do Monkey Bars song.
We're making it
Dude,
happen.
Happy
Yeah.
Song's been stuck in my head.
Really?
This song makes me really happy.
Oh yeah, that's a goal.
How did you start making music?
So I was 12 and I was doing the COD videos and I was like, I moved out of doing like the scene kid metalcore, post-hardcore music in the videos to doing EDM. I was using Skrillex, the Trickas, Dirty Phonics, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is all sick. I think even some like early Midas maybe.
Ah.
And
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's early.
yeah, early Midas.
I remember
Wow.
the PewDiePie days when PewDiePie was using
Yeah.
Midas
Yeah.
for his outros.
Yeah,
Crazy.
back then. So I was just like, oh, I'm gonna try making music.
Yeah.
And so I downloaded FL Studio, and my friend across the street, we were in 7th grade. He came over. We tried making a couple songs together, and then he was like, "Yeah, this is fun, but I want to play lacrosse." And I was like, "I don't want to play lacrosse."
Fuck lacrosse. I want to be a musician.
Hey,
I don't even
lacrosse is
know.
a tough sport, okay? Like,
Yeah.
Did you play?
No, I had friends who played.
You were playing.
I didn't play. I swear. I played one time.
Sorry if I offended any
middle
lacrosse
school.
players.
I played one time in middle school.
And did you like it?
It's okay,
Yeah.
but I just have a lot of friends that played competitively in college.
Sick.
Like a lot of guys in my frat were in. They were on like an actual lacrosse team.
That's wild. I think that my friend I think he ended up playing it for like all of high school and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I'd left him behind. I just
Lacrosse player.
Dubstep.
Eat the dust.
At what point did you stop like edit? I mean, you still make video content to this day. I'm just,
some way, yeah.
I guess I'm curious. When did you decide to go full music?
I think maybe like a year and a half or 2 into it. So like a year into making music, I was in FL. I didn't like it. I felt like the user interface was like not very friendly for me.
Ableton's where it's at.
Ableton's where it's at, which also for anyone that does video and wants to move into music, Premiere and After Effects, the Adobe suite, has a weirdly similar vibe to Ableton. Like it's like they're similar enough to where like you see the timeline in Ableton and you can see like the sidebar of all your stuff, and it's very similar in
I
Premiere.
can see
There's
that.
parallels.
As someone who's used Premiere for like over 15 years now, I can see that, and I've used Ableton a couple times as well. I don't produce music, but like on the times I've like played around with it, I'm like, oh,
it feels a little more natural for you, right?
Exactly.
So it was an easy switch for me. So I jumped over to Ableton, and around then I stopped making the COD videos, and then I basically only made videos from then on out. When I was making like teaser videos for my songs, I would either pay someone to do artwork, or I would even make some of my own artwork at the time, and I would like just animate those very simply.
Nice.
And then from there, now I'll still do video work where it's like, for example, the EP announcement that we did earlier this month or like late last month. I had my designer, my visual guy. His name's Andres, who's like a good friend of mine who does all of my visuals. He makes the visuals, and then I go and I do all the text work, and I like piece it all together. Because he'll like make a bunch of different angles, and then I'll just like kind of direct that.
Yeah.
So even honestly, like when it comes down to the visuals, I'm kind of like in the director's chair. Of that.
As you should.
I love that.
Well,
right.
I want to hear some music.
Oh yes,
I
please.
need some like energy and rage
got
because
you.
I only got like a
Please.
few hours of sleep.
Yes.
I need to wake up.
Wake me up.
I got you.
Wake
No
me
problem.
up.
Let me actually find.
Oh, I was thinking more like
Wake up. Gigi.
Oh, Dev,
System of a Down.
I don't know if the camera, like your hair is completely covering your eyes. I don't know if the camera's gonna like.
He
miss
likes the
that.
front bangs. He has the front bangs.
I'm trying to relate to.
You
when
said
Ray
that
was
the
saying he
glasses
was a
prevent
scene.
it.
Yeah, I do. yeah, they prevent it for me.
For you.
Not for everyone else.
For everyone
though.
else.
I'm
Got
trying to
you.
look more mysterious.
So I actually got a couple songs I'll show you guys. Do you
Hell
want me to show
yeah.
them all now, or do you want to like spread it out?
Play them
can
all,
spread it
all
out.
at the same time.
Okay, very different answers we have.
Triples.
Yeah, play them,
Yeah.
Yo, go get your CDJ,
Oh yeah,
bring
I
it
have
down.
a Pioneer 400
Oh,
upstairs.
do you actually? That's
Yeah.
sick. All right, I'm gonna play.
Sean's.
No, it's mine.
All
The
right.
small one.
have it?
The small one.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Wait, I have. Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's in your room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
You
I have
could introduce it and
Yeah. I have it. So this is a heavy one for the first one.
Okay.
I'll start with the heavy one.
Yes.
Do you want my volume all the way up?
All the way up.
All the way up.
Yeah, I will adjust over
All right,
here.
cool. I skipped a little bit into it. I'll find a spot we can start. This is a heavy song. This is called Ascension. It's gonna be the opening song on my EP.
Are we going to ascend?
You guys will ascend in
Hell yeah.
a crazy way.
In a crazy way.
I'm ready.
I like it.
It's definitely energetic. It's the opening of my new EP.
Let's get it.
Let's go for it.
I feel like I'm in Tron.
Yeah. Ooh. A little bit of acid bass.
It's like
funk.
car chase right now.
Yeah.
Racing. Racing.
Tron, yeah, Tron.
Then we have to wait for it. It's like.
Here we go.
There's a couple in there, actually.
Let's try that again.
I'll even give you a little taste of the second drop.
So good.
It's the business.
Oh! That's all I get.
We've never had a guest just pull us out from under the rug like that.
That was wow.
He said, "Yeah, that's enough."
I mean, Will did that before, but like not like mid
like, okay, no.
drop.
I was ready for it.
Had to just give a little bit.
Damn.
I had to give a little bit.
That was
you know?
that was awesome
That's
though.
fair.
That was.
Oh my god.
That's your.
Okay, now you're doing it on purpose.
Like, here's the board.
That scared me.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. That was
Thank you.
Awesome. I ascended.
That's what I wanted. That's what I
Was
wanted.
that the same voice that did Happy Song? It
So-
sounded like it.
So Happy Song is from a sample that I feel like you could find if you tried, but it's not like a bass like sample pack at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
It's like very much not like it's like what you would at least expect. So that's why I like that sample so much because it's something that isn't normally found. For Ascension though, the welcome to Ascension when it says that's a Texas speech, and then the here we go and let's try that again. That's all actually Jess.
I
Okay,
love
ask who did that
I
part.
love
That's all.
that.
Yeah, that's all
So
Jess.
cute.
Nice.
It's from like a canceled sample pack that I had that didn't end up happening. So I was just like looking through the vocals of that, and I was like, oh, I should probably use these in something.
Yeah.
And so that's when we're like, oh, this is perfect for this. I can just do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that I just immediately get like visuals. Let's just listening to that. The
great.
build up. Yeah, the build up being like a car chase already.
Dude,
Yeah.
I felt like I was in Tron.
Yeah,
Remember how we were talking about Epcot yesterday?
Yeah.
It felt like I was in the
Test track.
That's so cool. I'm glad it can give you some type of imagery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's like it's important for me to have something, especially like start because it's gonna be like the beginning of that EP
Yeah.
to like kind of jump out with a statement of like energy.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes like some EPs they start with something really low energy.
Yeah.
But I try to have it kind of go out with
I
that.
love that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I immediately thought of Black Panther car chase.
Yeah.
Like from the
that's
first
a vibe.
movie.
Yeah. That's a good vibe.
Hell yeah.
I'll take it. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
honest.
That's a vibe. I love that.
Yeah, I loved it.
Just
Yeah.
like straight face, I didn't like it at all.
Actually, it could be a little better.
So maybe like in that area.
You know,
Around
those
the
lows
400
were a bit
hertz.
off.
Yeah,
I'm
this-
just,
I wish I knew more terms so
I
I
need
could
more
actually
highs.
pretend like I didn't like it, but
I didn't like the snare that much.
Yeah.
It was alright.
The kick could have been a little harder.
It's just like a.
Yeah. Is that really the final master?
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to release this?
Is this mixed now?
has anyone ever said that to you?
No.
Okay.
Some people
Okay.
like critique my music.
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff, you know.
but
Fair.
I feel like that is like a really big, patronizing
yeah,
insult.
it's like, wait, have you mastered this yet?
This is a
No,
master.
that would
right?
hurt. That would hurt. I don't think I've heard that. I don't think so.
How to insult a DJ 101, a producer 101.
Yeah.
How
Hey,
would
is
you
this
describe?
stun?
Yeah. How would you describe your musical style? Like,
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I coined this term, but maybe I did. I don't know. I would say like commercial dubstep or like
Okay.
dubstep pop. And the reason I say
Okay.
dubstep pop because I know you
Oh.
don't think of pop right away, but the
Uh-huh.
reason I say that is because I look at my music as extremely digestible to
Yeah.
a mainstream audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
I can see that.
So like if you're gonna put my music and like someone that's extremely niche.
oh no.
Is it popping off?
Oh no. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Oh boy.
Is this the latch?
We'll be right back. Sorry about that. We're back. So yeah, dubstep pop.
Such an awkward.
So, pop's not like the best word. I say pop because it's commercial. So I would say commercial dubstep's a really good way to put it because if you're gonna put my music up against someone that's more niche in dubstep, so like if you go to someone that's at like Coachella or like a festival that's more open format and
Yep.
mainstream, if you're gonna show like my music versus Sudden Death, who's arguably one of the most talented
Oh, for
producers out
sure.
there,
Yeah.
but the music is so dark and niche, you need to be into that specific style,
Yep.
or even like a Marauder or something.
Yep.
I feel like most
Dubstep.
people that are more open to it would just lean towards mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You know?
agree.
So
Yeah.
like, and that's not saying anything about.
No, yeah,
better.
100%. Yeah.
You're like a gateway dubstep.
Yeah, I'm like a good gateway to
love
coming
that.
into like that style of music because it's
Yeah.
very it has a lot of energy, but it's also very bright. It's very bro steppy still. It's very digestible, you know. I think it's very easy to listen to while also having a lot of the following similar fusions of trends that are currently happening.
Anyone can get down to it.
Your understanding of like content terms is just, I love that. That digestion is like a word we all use constantly whenever we're making content. Whenever you're being a creative, really, is your content, whether it's music,
constantly
media,
grab attention.
is it digestible?
Yeah,
absolutely. If it's not, then it's a problem. You know, I'm like, I mean, I like to think that with Jess, who's my girlfriend that also works on the project on all.
Who's behind the camera?
Yes, behind the camera. She works on all things marketing and creative and strategy with us. She with us two are like a big team on the social media side. I feel like we do really well on the social side. Like we really focus about like making sure that like everything's like good and digestible. I'm not trying to post something that's gonna get like
I love
a second of watch time.
For sure.
Yeah, you're like so considerate of like your audience. I think that's great.
I want to make sure people like enjoy everything.
Yeah. And that makes total sense too. Like just hearing your background and like creating and making videos and stuff. Like you're like not only a performer, but you are like legitimately at your core a creator.
Yep.
Which is like
absolutely.
So awesome.
I feel like I've talked about it.
You might need to get a little bit closer.
I'm a little too quiet. Yeah. Is this better?
Yeah.
Is it better? I've talked about it. Should I not mention other podcasts on here?
No, you can.
So I've done Willie Joy twice, and every time I'm with him, because the first time I did it was the first podcast I ever done years ago, and he always gives me shit because I said that back then I wanted to start my own, but I don't have the time really to do it now. But I know if I ever go back, he's gonna give me shit again. But I think if I'm not doing music in the future for whatever reason, but music's my life, I'll always do it. I think I'm supposed to be in entertainment in some way. Whether it's YouTube or podcasting or even like I think one of my goals is to become popular enough that I can do like a guest spot on a show, but I don't have to audition. That's
literally the mindset I've had because I came out to LA to be an actor.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier. Yeah,
so
we talked before.
Yeah,
we're all friends here.
I came out here to be an actor, and then it switched to film industry in totality, and then it switched to now content creating, and then in the future, I want to get to a place where I don't need to be the rave dad anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love the niche that I'm in as the rave dad, but eventually I want to be able to create content where I'm just myself, lifestyle. And like I don't even need to audition. I don't even like don't get me wrong, if you need to put me up against other people because like, you know, other people might be better for the role or whatever, but like I don't need to audition. Like you already know who I am, you know my worth, you know my value, etc.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I wanted to, so I went to school for film actually. I went to UCSD, and I wanted to be a director out of school, and so that's the summer after I graduated. I PA'd for like a bunch of like commercial sets here in LA, like some YouTube Red series, and I hated PAing, and I quickly learned that like the film industry obviously very demanding. We've talked about it a bunch of times on the podcast. So I kind of switched over to like just creating content because I've always been a super avid YouTube watcher ever since middle school when YouTube became a thing.
When it popped off.
Exactly.
You're just glued to the screen.
Ryan Higa, all the classics. So
you know what's funny is one of the stories that he told me was like, so when we became friends, he still wanted to be a director. He was still talking about it, and then he saw how absolutely miserable I was going to set.
Just kidding.
All the time. Like there'd be months where I disappeared, and he's like, "Yo, are you good? Yeah, I'm working on a feature film movie. There's 14 hours that I got to work." And then I'm going home like, what, you think I'm going to do anything other than eat, sleep, shit?
And I hated that. I've always been really into fitness too. And I hated the fact that I would be, when I PA'd for these sets, I would be literally gone all day, would come home and I would just be so drained that all I wanted to do was eat and then sleep. And like, if I'm like to the point where if I miss a day in the gym, like I beat myself up over it. And so I'm like, dude, if I can't like do both of these things, like I'm going to go insane. So like I need something that will work for both of it.
It's cool. It's interesting because it's like you guys obviously have a passion for some type of creation.
Yeah.
And it's a situation where you put yourselves in this situation where it's really draining and you realize, okay, I don't love this. Yeah. Because there's some people that literally do that and they like love it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's crazy to me.
Cinematographers. Every cinematographer I've talked to.
Cinematographers, directors, like a lot of the people I've worked with, they're just like, yeah, this is where everyone makes jokes that the people in the film industry are crackheads. Yeah. But like, I don't want to be a crackhead like that. I want to go home and sleep. I want to have a personal life. I want to like take care of my body.
I want to raise a family.
Have a routine.
They don't do that.
I'm actually the opposite of you. So I started in music, but then I switched to content creating.
So you used to you were making music?
Kind of, yeah. I
That's
was
awesome.
like more of a songwriter.
Oh, really?
vocalist. Yeah, but then I just saw it was just too hard, and like I always knew that I wanted to work in the music industry. I just didn't know my place, and then I found content creating.
Did you go by Wonderli?
No.
What was the name? Can we find it on? Are we getting a clip?
No, you cannot. Very unreleased track.
Isn't there a
Deep in the
song that Jay made
archives.
from Icon that you're on, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Insert clip.
public? No, it's not public. Is it?
Jay over in the corner.
I'm hearing it's not, and it will never be.
No. I don't know.
Is
Maybe
it mastered?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool. Still can hear it when it's done.
Maybe like when I'm like kind of done doing content creating, I'll go back to it.
Is this so with content creation? Is this like your? I'm assuming like you're comfortable with this right now.
Oh, yeah,
Is this like
I
your
love
end?
it.
Like what's your end goal? I'm interviewing.
I want to pursue other things. Like content creating is like a big part of my life now.
Yeah.
But I want to dip my toes into other things as well. So maybe I'll go
Yeah.
back to music. We'll see.
Got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most of us are in that spot where like this is kind of just like what we're in so deep right now. But like I know like for me personally, I would love to direct a movie still, just maybe way later on when I can like financially produce it myself and like get a team myself and all
Have a
that
little
stuff.
have a little bit of less stress on the table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Exactly.
I want to host a talk show at some point. I
That'd be
definitely
cool.
want to host a talk show
Oh.
at some point, and I do want to continue getting into event coordinating. So at some point, like
Continue like you do that a bit now.
yeah, I used to. Before I really got into being in the film industry is hard, so you got to work
Yes.
other jobs. So I was a bartender, and then I ended up becoming an event coordinator for a lot of these bar companies and whatnot. And we just not recently, but like back in March, we threw our first event, our first rave. I loved it, and I want to continue doing that where we can like create these environments of like, hey, come here, have a good time. Like
You guys threw the first rave this year. What was was it under this branding?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know about a
You're
rave,
welcome
but
to
like
go to the next one.
yeah, event, yeah.
It was more like a club event.
yeah,
It was
I like to call it a rave.
I mean, it's a rave.
because
No, there people
just
are
a small
gathering to
rave.
listen to
Yeah.
electronic music. It's a
Yeah.
rave. You know?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Essentially,
it was
yeah.
our very first rave.
That's
and,
awesome.
like, that was
Congrats,
really fun.
though. That's dope.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is one of the big things big projects that we want to continue doing as the I'm Peaking brand.
He's gonna catch me on the rail.
Actually,
Yeah.
wait. Speaking of that, though, we just shot a bonus episode yesterday, and we were talking about we want to do something special for our 1 year, our 1 year anniversary, and so we were thinking of we were already planning to like try and have another event this summer, and so we were like, why not make the event around like our 1 year anniversary
August.
of
That's a
which
good
is in
idea.
August,
Yeah.
which is coincidentally around the time this is releasing. So
Wow.
maybe by the time that you guys see this, we'll already have come out with some marketing stuff for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be really cool.
Featuring names such as
Blah, 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 blah.
insert like voiceover.
I approve this lineup probably.
Oh yeah, there we go.
But yeah, you are.
It's like the most. It's like unspeakable. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on?
just doesn't even line up to
My lawyers.
Yeah.
Oh man, so many people on EDM Twitter. They're like lawyers. None of us have lawyers. Bro.
yeah.
I have a lawyer that looks at like some contracts. None of us have lawyers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Those are expensive.
yeah. Okay, like, what do y'all think this is?
I think just EDM Twitter in general, just
It's so toxic.
Right.
Oh my god.
yeah.
I think EDM Twitter's
Oh, yeah,
toxic.
for sure.
It is toxic. I have not.
I think
gone on
every community has toxic parts.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
that is true.
That is fair.
100%.
Everyone has toxicity. Like
Yeah.
it's all everything's bad.
I mean, I just don't like Twitter.
Everything's bad.
I just don't like
Everything
Twitter
sucks.
in general.
Yeah,
I think Twitter is
deactivated
like,
my Twitter account
Yeah.
like years ago.
I never
don't
use
even use
mine.
it.
Yeah.
It's fair.
But yeah, so the event though, you trying to come through?
If I'm in town, it'll catch me at
If
the
you're
rail.
not
Yeah.
busy playing a festival or whatever,
Yeah,
you
come
can
stop by.
It would
Say
probably
hi.
be at the
Dude.
Melrose House
Yeah.
in Hollywood.
Yeah.
All right, if
Yeah.
I'm in town, I'll come stop by.
Hell
So-
yeah.
We'll hit the
I'm
monkey
in town.
bars beforehand.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
get
yeah,
that
obviously.
pre-pump.
Yeah.
I gotta ask because I looked this up there earlier. How crazy is it that 2019 one festival, this year?
Dude, it's wild. It's really still surreal, especially being this far removed from Laserbeam now.
Yeah.
because we're actually coming up at the time of recording this. We're this weekend is the 1 year anniversary of the
Whoa!
release.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
came
god!
out June 24th
Are
last
you
year.
fucking kidding me?
Wow.
That was fast.
Yeah,
That's
it,
fast.
it just goes by, and I
What the fuck?
When it was happening, when everything was happening, we had all these opportunities left and right. I was getting booked for festivals and shows or opportunities that would happen this year.
Yeah.
When it was last year. And even now, like it hasn't slowed down. Like every week I have something crazy, some crazy
As you
news.
should.
Yeah, for you.
But you think it's gonna slow at one point, you know? But like, I'm very fortunate that it's been so nonstop. A lot of amazing opportunities happened. And going from so in 2019, I played one. You can maybe say two. It depends on how you look at it, because it was one was like a jam band festival, which was cool. I had a fun time there. But it's mainly for jam bands, and then so it wasn't really like for bass kids. And then the other one was it's like a one stage, one night event. So if you call it like a themed event or a festival, I don't know how you want to call it. So you can maybe call it two. You can maybe call it 1.5, however you want to classify it. But to go from that only. I had like the worst tour of my life experience wise. That like that whole year I went and I played shows to like 10 people. I remember texting. I texted my girlfriend. I was like, "Hey, there's 10 people out here in Dallas right now." And Dallas is a big market for bass music.
Oh,
Yeah.
And there were 10 people out there, and I was devastated.
Yeah.
And other shows on there were doing just as bad. I had maybe 2 shows that did well. I think Phoenix and Las Vegas we sold out. Everything else was like way under 50%, like 20%, 10% filled. It was terrible. Everything was not looking great in my career, to the point where I felt like, I could take some responsibility in terms of maybe I should have maybe pushed more on like trying to make sure I was making the right decisions, but I really put a lot of trust into the wrong person. And it was and at that point they were just specifically blinded, I think, about what they were doing goals wise, and pushed me to make some decisions that I don't think were correct for my career. Yeah. I also think I was putting out so there's different ways you can categorize this, and there's different terms for this. Some people say they're EP cuts and singles. Some people say A songs, B songs, however you want to consider it. But basically I had songs that were good, but they shouldn't have been standalone singles. Yeah. These were songs that fit on an EP or a bigger body of work. They were album cuts, EP cuts. I was putting those out as singles. Yeah. So they weren't hitting. Like they weren't doing well numbers wise. People weren't listening to them. People didn't really care about them. Yeah. I didn't really have the playouts live that I did in 2018 and years prior. Yeah. So things were really plateaued with maybe a slight dip. And it led to what had happened right before the pandemic, of like my team at the time dropping me. I had lost my agent. I had lost my management. And it was definitely like a moment of like, okay, well, like, do I believe this when they say it's dead, or do I keep going? Yeah. And I immediately, honestly, I don't think I've said this publicly. Maybe I have. The same day that my team had dropped me, I actually got a new manager the same day.
Hell yeah.
I was crying at, you guys know Safe Haven? He's a graphic designer. He's done a lot of work for Sudden Death. He did the Marshmallow Sudden Death merch. He's done a lot of artwork for Sudden Death in the past. And he's done stuff with like Skrillex's album and stuff as well. So he's a friend of mine. I was at his studio in downtown. So I was waiting. This is literally 2 days before all my shows got canceled, because everyone's like, COVID's like looming. Yeah. Everyone knows about it. I was downtown to go visit my girlfriend at her job at the label she worked at the time, but they weren't allowing visitors because the CEO was like, president was like, no, like no one's coming in because like there's this virus. Yeah. Which like we didn't know how serious it was at the time. Yeah. So I'm over at his studio, and that's when I got the call and everything happened. And immediately after I hung up, I'm just like kind of tearing up, and he's like, hey, like he's really good friends with the guy Blank. So we know Blank. Yeah, so he's super close with Blank. He's like, dude, he's had a crazy year. Like, you should talk to his manager, Pat. He's like this Australian guy. And I was like, all right, sure, So he texts Pat, and Pat's like, oh yeah, I'll talk to him. And so I got in text with him, and that day we literally started working together. He told me he said, this is gonna sound really weird, but I had a dream a couple months ago that I was managing you.
It was meant to be.
It's wild,
Manifested that shit.
He really manifested it, dude. Yeah, it's wild. And it turns out, so I had a tour in Australia 2018, a year prior, and the guy who organizes the tour, his name's Paul, and he had an engagement party. And he's like, hey, do you want to come? And I was like, I don't know anyone here. I'm the only American. This is awkward. I'll come. Yeah. Apparently I had met Pat, my manager, there, but I don't remember. Apparently, because I guess I was like just the only American kid going like, "Hey guys, I'm Ray."
You definitely stood out.
I definitely stood out. Yeah. So I guess I had met him then, but I just didn't know it. And 2 years later, we started working together.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So you said you've been making music since you were 12.
Yes.
Right. How long is that? I mean, how old are you now?
I'm 26. So I was almost 13. I've been making music since 2010. So we're on 13 years.
Wow. Yeah. So what is like the one piece of advice you would give to anyone, not even just people creating music, but anyone pursuing like a creative passion that you have learned like in your journey up to where you are now?
I think it's hard because the thing I get asked this sometimes from up and comers or people that are aspiring to start, and it's so different than when I started because when I started, there wasn't Splice, there wasn't Patreon. Patreon started a couple years into my career, I think, but Masterclass wasn't really a thing. I don't think it was hard.
Yeah.
You had to do it by tutorials on YouTube, the few that there were from like Dodge and Fusky or like Rusko or whatever, and then that was it. Yeah. There weren't many videos on it.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of experimenting for me. But what I would say now is really be online as much as you can and be consistent and plan out things in advance. And if it gets discouraging, you have to really just be patient. Because for me, so like I've been here since 2010. I would say I started getting a little bit of attention in 2014. That's when Excision started supporting me at first. Yeah. That's when Dirt Monkey and Jansen started supporting me at first.
I actually found out about you around that time.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm just saying, it wasn't until recently where I realized that it's pronounced Volpe.
I asked at the beginning of this podcast, by the way, I said, does everyone know how to say my name? And they're like, yeah.
No,
and of course we know.
No, we do. But like, it wasn't like months ago. Like when you actually, I don't know. I had to like look it up. I just wanted to make sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was, but I remember EDC Orlando this like last year.
Yeah.
I was saying Ray Volp still, and somebody argued with me. I'm like, wait, is it Ray Volpe?
I think that was me. We
probably.
we both bickered about it.
And then I think we went to see you, and you actually said your name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Ray Volpe.
Yeah. We had that moment.
You would think that that's the moment for a lot of people, and sometimes I'll do shows like at my own headlines where I get on the mic in the beginning and at the end. I'll be like, "Yo, what's up? Like, what's up? My name is Ray Volpe. You guys ready?" And then at the end, I'm like, "Thank you guys so much. My name is Ray Volpe." And then I do the meet and greet after my set, and they're like,
Ray Volp.
Ray Volp.
Good.
I'm like, did you hear me?
I can see you like you're like, so this subliminal strategy right here.
Yeah.
And they're just like, dude, come on, man, you're not paying attention at all during the set.
And it's also like it's my real name, which like I kind of going back. Actually, when I had that kind of decision of like, oh man, going from like 2019 to now with all the success and the growth, like it hurt a lot when I was failing because it's not just an alias; it's my real name, which some people think that it's still pronounced wrong.
I feel that, man. Yeah. I'm 100% there too. I also, when I started doing YouTube, I had my name was like indefinitely or some shit like that.
That's cool.
Thanks, man. Yeah, but like it was one of those things where just like, you know what, I feel like if I'm able to like make it big one day, I want people to like know my name. Like I want it to be like I'm like when you see my name, like it's immediately associated to me. It's not associated with another alias.
Yeah.
Not to like discredit aliases. I think like having an alias is great.
It depends on really what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Sometimes I get that. I have people that'll sometimes I get in an Uber and they're from like Italy.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you say my name real quick to prove to the haters? It's always like a combination of like Volpe and Volpe. It's always like a middle ground with the accent. I think, so if you can say, people can say anything, it's not Volpe for me, to be honest. But I think for me having my name as my name has been really important to me for my whole career. I've had an alias before that I just decided one day, I was like, I don't really care to have an alias. I'd rather just go by me. And there's a harder part of that though, because you need to form a brand more around it. It's not like it's not like it's not like Slushy where there's like an obvious character that comes with it, or Marshmallow, or even like Bear Grylls where there's obvious brands that you can form out of it. With Ray Volpe, there was really no brand. It was just my personality for the longest time until when I got involved with my new manager is when my girlfriend, who should, for further context for anyone that, for you guys that might not know and anyone that doesn't know, is that she's worked in the music industry for like 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
So she's been in marketing.
Congrats on that, by the way.
Yeah. So she's like an absolute gem, and she didn't want to step in when we first started dating and be like, you're doing all of this wrong. So
she's just critiquing. But eventually, first date, all right,
like 3 weeks later, like this is wrong.
Yeah, the more comfortable she got, she was like,
SEO this is way better.
As soon as like we had the management switch, she felt like she was like, okay, I can like jump in now, because at that point when I started dating her, I was with my old management for like 5 years or something. I was with them for a while. Like I grew up with them. You know? So I think she felt like it was out of place, but now she's like, no.
Do you think it's hard to work with your significant other sometimes?
No, actually,
You love it?
I love it. I don't know if she feels the same way. Oh, she does. Okay, that's good.
I just want to say I can relate to you with the keeping your name as part of like your brand and whatnot. Because like again, as an actor, like I was told I was told to change my name to Dan. I was told to change my name to Dan, and like Mahasuwan is too difficult of a name. I'm like, dude, that's my Thai pride right there. You know where I got my first and last name? Like, I need that. I want to keep that.
I feel like I've heard so many stories online of Asian actors and actresses that they want them to change their names constantly because it's either too hard to say or they change it because they know they can get the role quicker. Or they think they can get it. It's just when it comes to like, there's so much discrimination on that front that's like absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the acting industry for you.
Yeah, it's super like it's cutthroat, and then it's also just like there's like a lot of misogyny and racism that goes into it. And it's just gross.
And that's why I'm not in it anymore.
I'm in EDM.
I chose to be an internet actor instead.
EDM, what's that?
I have another question actually with the alias thing. If you did have to pick an alias now,
I would
like if someone like forced you and you had to like make one today.
I maybe it's a cop out, but I would probably go with the whole Volpe-tron thing.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
probably just become Volpe-tron.
Is that the same one you had before?
No, so Volpe-tron came in kind of halfway through my career, and then it didn't become a brand until like 3 years ago. Before it was called Spetrica. That was the alias. So if anyone wants to look it up, you'll find some really bad music on there. I made all genres of like EDM, electro house, dubstep, drum and bass, and in 2012. So for 2 years I went by that, and then in 2012 I went by Ray Volpe onward. In 2015-ish, 2014. Basically my friends, I asked them because one of my friends is a rapper, and he's like, hey, I was like, hey, I want like, I think it was whenever like Kyoto by Skrillex dropped. It's like, yo, Skrill, drop it hard.
Man, I haven't heard that.
That's a banger.
It's a banger.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I want some, like, I need some like vocal tags like that. So I was like, can you record some for me? So they go and they record like, Ayo Volpe, drop that bass and shit like that. And one of them, they were gonna throw it out, but they kept it in as a joke. It's just Volpe-tron 9000. I don't know if it was probably like a joke on Voltron in some way. Because the guy, that rapper, he's an anime nerd, comic nerd, like everything. So I don't know actually to this day like what it was maybe referencing. Could have even just been like Megatron, you know? But he said Volpe-tron 9000. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I used it in the opening of a lot of my songs, basically moving forward in late 2014.
Love that.
In 2018, I shortened it, or 2017 maybe, I shortened it. I re-recorded the vocal of me, because there's an audio. I'll send it in so you guys can play it. It's like 8 seconds. It's this New Year's Eve thing that I did where it's me with those noisemakers. And I'm just going, and I made a Moomba drop. So it's like
I love that.
It's me over it, just going, oh boy, it's Volpe-tron. And I pitched it up.
Yeah,
and I took that. I cut it out, and now that Volpe-tron sample is just that. Like,
That's so funny.
And it's in every song. And then in 2020, I think it was around then that like my girlfriend and I and the team, we were like, okay, she was like, use the fucking Volpe-tron as the brand.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you sure?
Yeah.
I didn't want to at first.
Hey, if it works, it works.
I think I was against it, and then
She was right.
I was like, I mean, I guess you've been right so far.
She was right.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
I mean, she's
you're
been
right.
taking notes since the beginning. It sounds like so.
Yeah, she was. It was like the first few years were just a recon, and then
But yeah, to go back on my thought, so I heard you back in like 2016 to 2018.
that's wild.
And then like I didn't hear about you for a while, and then Laserbeam came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Like that's crazy how much you've grown.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I think it's also a testament to people, like you said, like you heard of me, and then it was kind of quiet, right? So I think it goes to show that if you feel like you've gone stagnant, if you're like even if you're not in music, if you're in just like content creation or something, like some people go stagnant. Like you can come back from it.
Yeah.
You can come back from it. I came back from it.
Yeah. I think if you believe you can,
Yeah,
you definitely can.
You have to be willing to. You really have to be willing to work, though.
Yeah.
I think there's a big problem. There's this massive issue. I've talked about this before, and it's a hot take, to be honest, but it's the truth. At the end of the day, is that you need to be willing to treat this like a business and a career. I think a lot of people do hobby work expecting career results, and I think it's extremely it's almost delusional to think that way. I think there are cases where some people do put in hobby work and get career results, but you should never look at like anomalies for your goal path. You should never look at the outliers, because statistically, like, you're not going to be one of those, you know. You need to be willing to put in the work, and I think a lot of people don't. So I think if you're struggling and you're like stagnant, like, I think like you just have to be really willing to do the work.
100%.
And honestly, willing to like rip apart what you've done before and really research yourself, other people. Because like if you're stagnant, it's like, all right, well, there's a reason you're stagnant. You know, you gotta start putting in that time to really like push and like create something new.
And you might not. Some people can't do it alone. Like I would have been fucked if I didn't have I didn't have my new manager, my new agent, and I didn't have Jess.
I'm just saying, you need a team.
Dude, I've been saying that
100%.
for years. You need a team that really believes in you. Because like I didn't recognize half the things I was doing wrong because I was misled, and then I also just thought this way was how things work, and then I needed it to be kind of force fed. Hey, these are not like, this isn't like, you're just like cruising by. You're not doing anything to like expand by any means. And if someone's struggling with that, then maybe like lean on a couple of friends, be like, hey, like, do you like this idea? You know, or something like that.
And be honest.
You need honest friends who are going to be like open and telling you.
Like, yo, bro,
100%.
this sucks. Like, you could do it, but this just fucking sucks. Try again. That's it. That's all you need.
I have some friends that like, one of my friends, Control Freak, he'll tell me, because he's very picky about dubstep. He's like a trap kid, trap and house and all that, you know. And he's super picky about dubstep. So if I send him something and he doesn't like it, he'll usually be like, "Yeah, this is cool." And then like I can tell when he actually likes something I make, because then he's like, "Yeah, this is sick." Because he'll cause he you need friends that are not gonna just be yes men.
I'm
a yes man friend, by the way. If you send me your song, I said it was good. I'm just scared, to be honest.
No, that just reminded me of like what Fairlane Tyler said to.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like
what did he say?
He was like, a lot of his I don't know who these friends are, but he's just like, he'll send them like a VIP or like a song or whatever, and they're like, yeah, this sounds good. And he's like, no, tell me more. Like, I need to know if this sucks.
I hope he didn't feel that way about me, because he texted me a new track and I was like, bro, this is good.
Damn, he was talking about you.
No, but it was genuinely good. It was genuinely good.
Yeah, I will say though, he sent me something, and I was like, all right, he wants to hear more than, oh, this is good. So I was like, all right, this is throwing in random terms I didn't even understand.
Like, this is done.
And
I was trying to break it apart so that like he could take a look at the different parts. And I have no idea if I gave him good advice. I just know take a look at all these parts that I mentioned. It's up to you what you do with that information.
I feel bad now.
I need to call out Fairlane, actually.
Okay, go.
Because he hopped on to one of my AMAs on Reddit, and he said, hey, how can we be like, how do I become like a good friend of yours? And I said to him, I need a good night and good morning text every day. And he proceeded to send me a good night text that night and a good morning text the next day. Never heard from him again. Let me see the last time.
Tyler. Wait, did you respond back to his good night and good morning
FaceTime him
text?
right now.
I will.
Will he answer?
I have his contact. You guys can't see it. But I have his contact on my phone as medium good friend. Medium good friend.
Medium good.
Dude, honestly, FaceTime him right now, and honestly,
I'll FaceTime. We'll see if he
Let's see.
Freaking Tyler,
He's
dude.
in trouble. He's in trouble.
He got called out publicly.
Tyler.
Wait, did you give him a good morning and good night text back?
Oh, I could keep it plugged in, huh?
Yeah,
let's do that. I think I said thank you. I have to look at it. Oh, this is weird hearing it.
Yeah.
Everyone's just eavesdropping.
Oh.
Hey, we have a problem.
What's up?
I'm with a bunch of friends.
Hello.
Everyone can hear you, Tyler, by the way. Everyone can hear you.
everyone can hear you.
He's got a bone to pick with you.
You're plugged into the mixer right now, but like Ray here has a bone to pick with you.
Podcast?
This is going into the podcast.
I want to know. You know what I'm gonna do actually as well. I'll give it a quick screen.
Is Will there too?
He's downstairs. Do you want me to go get him?
Yeah, let's go bother him. So you haven't sent me any good morning or good night text recently.
Listen, it's been really hectic over here.
Okay, sure.
I don't know, Tyler.
I mean, to be fair, he moved to he moved to America.
Unreleased William Black studio session right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty disappointed in you though, Tyler.
Hey. If it isn't one of my really close friends, Will Black.
what's going on?
Dude, not much. I'm just hanging at the I'm Peaking podcast right now. You're on a podcast.
I'm on the
I didn't mean for you to get dragged into this. I was just here to bother Tyler.
Will, have you been sending Ray a good morning and good night texts?
Oh, yeah. Always.
Will does not text me.
Oh,
What do you mean? I send him
I sent him a box of crumble cookies.
Oh wait,
No.
that's better than a tag.
I mean, it's crumble cookies.
He's literally lying.
Oh.
Didn't send me a damn thing.
What's the address? I'll send you guys cookies right now.
I'll send you the address. I'll send you the Addy. I'll send you the Addy. You know what you need to send me, actually.
Oh, our track?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was supposed to be.
Do you want this on the pod?
I was
I
going to
don't know, I'll
tell
ask him
you
later.
too.
Okay.
In my defense, I sent you that one good morning, good night sequence, and then I stayed up for the next 4 days playing Dota all night.
So it wasn't good
I
night
didn't know
anymore.
what time of day it was.
It wasn't good night anymore.
You know what? Actually,
fair.
I did see that on your story recently, Tyler, that you were playing Dota a lot. So you know what? You get a slight pass.
You get
Yeah, you
passed.
still get
I
points.
guess they're deciding that you get the pass. I don't get to decide. They're in
Sick
control of
day
my life. I'm in a conservatorship right now.
I'll get right back on it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go because I have really cool things to do.
Way cooler than talking.
Bye, Tyler.
Bye, Tyler.
Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Oh boy.
I went ahead and I
He screen recorded that.
So
you
I
can
can
throw it
send-
on
you
the
can throw it on the screen.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
I think about it. I think about these things.
Let's get to. I mean, we were gonna get to fan questions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I looked at a lot of them. I'm just 80% of them is like Laserbeam related.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, don't get me wrong. It's big part of your career, of course, but like,
Yeah.
Are you tired of talking about it?
No, I'm not. I think I'm not tired of talking about it as long as there's other discussion with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm not tired of playing it. I know some.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot like that. That song changed my life single-handedly, and
Yeah.
I am grateful for it, and I'm gonna always be grateful. I'm gonna love playing it forever. I'm a year into playing it at every show, and I'm not even a little tired of it. I'm not tired of hearing it at festivals. Some
Did
people
you know
disagree.
that was going to kickstart?
No.
Like when you made it, we were like, yeah, this is gonna be it.
No, it was. I thought it was definitely. I thought it was like, okay, this is gonna be like one of my bigger songs inside of my internal fan base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a couple songs like one of my songs, Elastic, has this cool pattern during like the drop. It's like ba 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 ba, and so when I play it, I dip down and they do that. Like the crowd yells that. So I thought it was gonna be something big internally in my fan base like that. Maybe they'll yell Laser for that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I never thought it was gonna pop off the way it did.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really, and even when it popped off originally, I didn't know it was going to continue to.
I think
excel.
because of TikTok and its meme culture, it really helped kick.
yeah.
That audio did a lot for it.
Yeah.
That audio was a big
yeah.
piece of the puzzle, which was that was Jess. She
Yeah.
she was like, oh, you should do like a what's that song that goes like Laser, and then have it drop
You're
into the
a
real
genius.
thing.
Wow.
She
You're a
did. She is.
genius.
She's a genius.
Wow.
I feel like maybe we
Who's
should
the
hire-
real Ray
Can we, like,
Volpe?
Yeah, no, she's the hidden gem behind Laserbeam.
I feel like we need to hire her
Yeah.
for our marketing. Like,
Oh, for
damn.
I
sure.
think it's
So
also because
funny.
I saw your TikTok video. That's how yeah.
Yeah. So it's which is also a crazy point too. Maybe it's like an insider secret and not trying to be, just like showing the analytics. Like,
Yeah.
So we both ended up posting I posted on Reels and TikTok, and she posted on her TikTok of everyone from EDC playing Laserbeam. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was like massively
And
played.
they put it together in like a one video.
Yeah. And mine was just like, here's all the playouts. She used the same video, except in the beginning, she added the text of me being like, oh, I don't think anyone's going to play it. And her perspective is my boyfriend was worried. Mm-hmm. And her video did like
Yeah, that's hers. That
hundreds
was
of
hers.
thousands of views compared to
Wow.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the
Genius.
girlfriend perspective, like completely helped it.
Creative
Yeah.
genius.
So when I think was that before the audio? Or after the audio? Oh, that's when we used the audio.
Oh.
Okay, so she didn't want to use her voice.
Yeah.
'Cause she doesn't like her voice. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I made the audio. So if it's me, I'm just like, what's that song that goes like Laser? And then
Yeah.
I literally went to Ableton. I took like a little like sweep, like impact, and threw regular Laserbeam onto it.
Yeah.
And I just went from there. It
Crazy. Oh yeah. That's okay.
yeah, I'm just joking. It popped off on TikTok and Reels. A lot of people on
Yes.
Reels use that audio
Yep.
for
Yeah.
like fitness companies, like people like cooking a fish, like random shit that doesn't make sense at all. Like it's crazy.
So random, cooking a fish.
I'm sorry. Can you please put that on screen? Because that'll be
What's
funny.
the song that goes cooking fish?
It's like a bunch of and it's not even like they're following like a before and after trend. Half of these companies are just using it.
Yeah.
That's
Like it's
crazy.
insane.
You getting that coin though?
Yeah.
You got that Spotify money, that 10 cents to me.
These companies probably just see that the sound is trending. So they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's
Oh,
gonna
for
make
sure.
my video go trending.
Yeah, it's definitely
I've definitely noticed this too, and I'm sure the rest of the team has always noticed this. The video that we're like, oh, it's good, and I like it. It's entertaining me, but like I don't know if it'll go viral, and then it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna comment on just are you sick of hearing it or playing it? I was gonna say we'll ask you in 10 years if you're like
ask me again in 10 years.
If you're like Deadmau5 every time people chant like play Strobe and he's like, you want me to play Strobe? Well, fuck you guys, I'm not gonna play it. So I'm not doing it.
I think I'm always because I don't know. Maybe I'm because I'm not jaded at all yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm still
you're
like
26.
So I'm still young. I've been doing it for a while, but like we're still so early into it that I haven't hit any like. I'm not over it, you know.
Yeah.
So I love it. And I'm still happy to play it. I know I think a lot of my fans are really stoked because either they haven't seen me live before or they're seeing me live for the first time, and they get to experience it from me because they're like, oh, I've heard it from Excision, I've heard it from Millennium. I haven't heard you play it.
Yeah.
God
So
damn
it's
it!
cool.
The time I had to experience it from you, the freaking lasers didn't even
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
properly.
yeah.
I think I've had the opportunity to see you like maybe three or four times at this point, and I feel like every single time the show you've brought, it's always different. Thank you. I love that.
Wait,
like
we saw him we saw us at EDC. Yeah, we saw you at EDC.
Yeah,
We saw him at
that was
EDC
like-
Orlando, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I try.
every experience has been different.
And it
I
has
make
been
it
different.
I
Yeah.
make it different because I never want it to not be that comment.
Yeah.
You know, it's never like you play the same fucking set 3 times.
Damn
You
it.
know,
But you also always bring the energy
Yeah.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
set.
always.
And then I remember like your little speech where you're like,
yeah,
you've been doing this for so long. It's
Yeah.
finally you're here.
it's crazy. I've cried so many times on stage.
I know Florida's it's because Florida, but also your music is great. EDC Orlando, God, the number of marsh pits happening.
Dude, that was a wild set.
Yeah,
that
set was so sick. Yeah.
It's just
That
one
was at
after
Circuit
another.
Grounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Circuit Grounds. I love Circuit Grounds. That's my
Circuit
ultimate.
Grounds in Orlando.
Yeah, that's my ultimate goal for Vegas for me.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
Ray Volpe,
Manifesting.
Circuit Grounds.
I will play.
What if it's
Soon.
main stage?
Honestly,
I
I
would
feel
like to. I would cry at main stage.
Yeah.
honestly, Ray Volpe all 3 days.
Yeah, 3 sets. 3 sets.
Yeah.
I've proven I can make them different. Don't make me do 3 sets. I had to do 2 sets very recently, and it was like so stressful because I can change up my set every couple of weeks between festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when I have to do 2 back to back in the same night or the 2 days after each other at the same city,
Yeah.
like a pre-party, after party, or something
Yeah.
like that, it's like, oh god. Because I tried to make it different enough. Because I did it, I think, successfully very recently. Where I was able to make it different enough, like different start song, different end song.
Yeah.
Laserbeams at a different spot, stuff like that. Like, try to make that work.
I think as long as you're doing that, like my favorite artist is Zed, and like I feel like Zed is infamous for, everyone expects him to play his
iconic
his
songs.
bangers. Yeah, exactly, his iconic songs. But I love that he always will find a way to like still work in new songs into the set.
Yeah.
And I've seen him so many times that like I know those exact songs. Like I'm like, oh, he changed up like
changed
this
this
song right
transition,
here.
yeah.
'Cause he
That's the same
always-
with me and with Alani.
Yeah, he's
I
always
know
gonna
it
play
by heart.
Clarity. He's always gonna play Middle.
That's literally
He's
the
always
same
gonna
thing with Set the
play
Sky. Every
Spectrum.
time, it's always different.
Yeah.
I definitely notice it. I'll pinpoint because I listen to a lot of Millennium sets too. I'll notice when he does it because I'm always like I hear.
It's like I know the certain transition. I'm like,
I know when he's playing Blame Myself.
Yeah,
Just I go into
yeah.
my core flip. I'm like, all right, it's coming up. It's coming up.
So we had a different Halian as a guest recently, and she at this recent EDC she had her song, 2 of her different songs playing at the same time. So I wanted to ask you, how would it feel to have every single stage playing Laserbeam at the same time with their different styles, like a hardstyle
Like a
version
remix,
here?
That'd be
Yeah.
dope. That'd be sick.
You think it's
insane.
probably happened already? You just
It's
don't know?
it's probably happened,
Yeah.
honestly. I know I've heard stories of people that are like, oh, I went to this stage and I went to the other one and I heard it.
Like
Again. I was like, that's
Laserbeam's
crazy.
everywhere.
What if he's
It's
just
so
like,
cool.
nah, I don't want that.
I don't want that. I'm over it,
Nah,
actually.
fuck
That just reminded me of that question that we really liked. If the music festival one.
Oh yes,
Let's ask him.
Yeah, so we have a viewer who came up to me at Forbidden Kingdom.
Yeah.
and he had this like fully thought out like question that was super cool. He ended up messaging it to me, and so the question is, if you were to run your own festival, first off, who are 5 people that would be on the lineup?
Headliners.
Okay.
Where would it be, and what would the theme be?
Ooh, okay. Are we taking out the politics of this where it's like, obviously like, can I pick names that are like obviously bigger
Dead or
than
alive.
me?
Dead or
Yeah.
alive.
Dead or alive.
This is just an ideal.
whatever
This
you
is like your
want.
dream festival.
Dream festival.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh fuck. I don't know. Damn. Okay. So I didn't think about this at all.
We need to start setting because this is the second time we've asked. We should
Yeah.
start setting this in the like the itinerary
Yeah.
beforehand.
I
'cause
like
this is
it. It's a
big
good, that's a good question. I would say I can't. I don't know if I can give you by tier. I can just list off some names
yeah.
that I would
Yeah.
have on there. I would definitely have Illenium and Dabin on there. Two of my favorite artists ever. Zomboy and Space Laces would be on there on the heavier
Space.
side.
I've been
Right.
obsessed with Space Lace. You obviously.
Absolutely.
One more.
I would also be playing myself.
It's, yeah, that's the answer I was looking for.
Hell yeah.
I would say like though I would put like I would want it to be extremely open format, to be
Yeah.
honest. I think if I ever throw a festival or something someday,
Yeah.
it probably wouldn't be a bass festival.
Yeah.
It would be something similar to like Breakaway,
Okay.
where it's way more open format. You can have
love
other
that.
genres involved.
Yeah.
Because like when I'm traveling, I'm listening to metalcore and post-hardcore. When I'm at home, I'm listening to like Dabin. And when I'm making music, I'm usually listening to either heavy dubstep or melodic dubstep. That's
Nice.
what I make.
Yeah.
Or like bass house and stuff, but it would be a big mix of genres for me. Where I would do it,
Yeah.
because that was one of the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you want.
Location.
And then theme, of course.
The theme would definitely be something like robotic to go with like the
Okay.
Volpetron aspect. As for where I would do it, I don't know. I don't know. I've never gone as an attendee. I only went one time, and it was I was just as a guest, hanging out with friends. It was where they did Alchemy Tour in Long Beach.
Okay.
Slander,
so
Seven Lions.
By like the
I know
water.
what you're talking about.
By the water.
Was it
Yeah.
by the water? I don't know. It was a nice spot though. I remember the grass was. I like anything outdoor.
I know exactly what you're talking
Interesting.
about. It's
Is that the Queen
It's not
Mary?
the
No,
day
no.
trip.
No?
Not the day
no,
trip.
it's
venue,
neither of
right?
those.
But-
It's an actual venue. It's a
Okay.
venue in
It's
Long
like grounds,
Beach.
right? It's like grass.
Dude, Long
Yeah.
Beach is a great.
You know
honestly,
what Haley
Long Beach
chose?
has great venues.
She chose the Northern Lights.
Oh really?
In Alaska.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Alaska.
Oh, that's. Oh, I didn't know. I was
could be
thinking. I was
anywhere.
thinking like actual ground.
No,
Literally
it could be
anywhere on this planet.
Underground.
Anywhere.
It could be a
Underground.
venue
Center
if
of
you
the
wanted
earth.
to.
If
but-
we're gonna go practical, then I'm gonna go with that answer. But if it
Yeah.
could be anywhere in the world, I would probably say I would want it to be. And Northern Lights is really good.
Yeah, right?
I would want it to be probably. Oh fuck! I don't know. Maybe somewhere like. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm thinking. I mean, if you're gonna have
Look at the
robotic,
venue.
Yeah, I was
if you're
thinking
gonna have
robotic.
robotic
Yeah,
theme, maybe
suggestions.
something a little more like industrial or
Yeah.
like where would a cool spot be that's like a little more like of a warehouse vibe, like or a little more
Oh, you
like
know,
Tron centric.
Underground.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like Tokyo, like
See, I
middle
was,
of the city.
I was gonna
like-
say Tokyo, but then I had such a beautiful time. I had an amazing time when I went. It's such a beautiful,
jealous.
amazing
So jealous.
city. And then all my friends that have been to Korea are like, oh, like you think that Tokyo is like the futuristic spot? It's not. Like like
They say
Korea.
Seoul.
They say Seoul's like that's the
I've heard
futuristic.
Singapore.
Wow.
And Singapore. So maybe like one of those two, because that actually has like a futuristic,
Yeah.
more like
What
modern vibe.
What I would imagine, and completely unrealistic, in like Seoul or what was the
Tokyo.
other- Tokyo, whatever. Whole bunch of skyscrapers.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the top of every single one in like, I don't know, like a 20, 30 mile radius, there's just a crowd of people and your stage at the top of like one of them.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah.
That'd be so dope.
Sounds so dangerous,
Yeah.
but it'd be so dope.
It's like a completely unrealistic, but like everyone's like able to like
That'd be
see
sick.
the tower that you're on.
That would be so sick.
All right, we're gonna do it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we got time. We're young.
Yeah.
Were you a raver first?
I wasn't. I was always a fan of the music. I was bullied heavily growing up. I never liked going out by myself because I was very insecure. I went to one EDM show, by myself and as a fan, as an attendee.
Yeah.
And it was 2013 in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Fillmore. It was Excision on one of his Executioner tours, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think Diamond Pistols might have actually opened. I might be wrong on that. That might be completely wrong. I might be mixing up similar name. Which, if so, that's crazy because he's had a crazy switch in his career. He produces for like awesome rappers and hip hop stars now. But so it was Excision 2013. I went by myself. I had my hood on the whole time in my hoodie because I felt so insecure. I had no one with me. And I had just told my girlfriend about that like a week, like earlier this week. She didn't even know. So 1 year later, I was on the Excision like Shambhala like compilation. 1 year later, I was supported by him. Like it's crazy.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, 1 year
wow.
later. That's the only show I went to like in GA like as a fan. Outside of I went to Warped Tour for 2 years, but that was more like
miss Warped
less
Tour.
EDM.
Do you like
Yeah.
go
So
to the
much.
festival grounds when you're done playing your set?
Oh, except for extremely recently, always. I always walk around before. I walk around after. I love walking around. I love just checking out a couple sets, like walking by. I like to just go. just walk around, get a feel of the venue and the grounds, because it's always fun. It's very pretty. There's a lot of cool things. It's set up really nicely. Extremely recently though, I haven't, just out of time. I've been busier before and after, either doing like interviews or absolutely. Yeah. Some are interviews, some are I get there a little bit later, but and then also it's gotten a bit more. It's gotten harder to walk around with like the growth. Just
You go incognito mode.
I know, take the hat and glasses off. No one would see me. I feel like, honestly.
Superman.
Which I love. I'll stop and talk to anyone forever. But but then my team's like fuck. Because because I cause a problem because like I'm down to sit and talk and like, talk to everyone. But then it's like if we plan to go out for 15 minutes, we need to carve out like 45. So I do like to go out. I haven't gone in the past 2 festivals though.
I'm a big fan of like the festival energy because I've talked to all of them about it. Like we're blessed to have been able to go to so many festivals, and don't get me wrong, I love the music, but I can see this artist here, I can see this artist at another one. But what you can experience at that festival only, I want to go experience that.
Exactly. There's so many things like the theme or like just the vibe of it, or like, you know, how so many different factors that go into it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Let's ask some fan questions.
Okay, so Finn Wainwright asks, who's your dream back-to-back to see, and who would you like to do it back-to-back with?
My dream back-to-back to see would probably be, I don't know. That's a hard one. I would say maybe I would like to see. It happened once, but I didn't get to see it. I wasn't here. I was in town, but it was Space Laces and Moody Good. They did back to back here in LA at the Shrine for like a Never Say Die anniversary. I would like to go back in time and witness that because I just love that combination. And then who would I like to back with? If we're talking, I'll give you 2 answers. My dream one would probably be someone like a Millennium or Excision, you know, just because they've been so supportive over the years, and doing something with them would be super cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If we're talking on a very practical level, someone I would really like to do a back-to-back with is Crank That, because we're really good friends in our sound.
I would love that. That would be sick.
Maybe one day. Yeah,
this may happen. Call Miozi. First off, wants to let you know that she's your biggest fan, or she. I don't know if this is a he or she.
What's the username?
Call Miozi.
Call Miozi.
Yeah, but they asked a bunch of questions, but one of the questions was, or actually it's not a question. Tell us more about that teacher that didn't let you turn in that paper.
So
context.
Context is when I was in 11th grade, I was in English class, and we had an assignment. It was like an essay. It was like 2-page MLA format, like whatever, and it was on what career you want to go into. There was no approval process for the career that you choose. It was strictly pick the career that you want to dive into in your life after school and write about it. So I did. I wrote it in the correct format. I did the correct amount of words, pages, all that, whatever. And it was about me wanting to go into music. And I was failed. I got a 0 on it. Not even an F, not a D, nothing.
Wait, why?
Who's this teacher?
I forgot her name, but she got fired later, which I'll explain why.
Wow, look at him now.
Miss whatever your name is. Yeah.
She's like definitely not watching this podcast.
Definitely.
She is.
She's crying.
What if she like stalks what you do now?
Yeah.
She's crying.
She's just bawling her eyes out of regret. She was like, hey, like, you need to pick something that's more realistic next time. And I was like, what? I understand it's like not a realistic choice, obviously, but like, I remember I didn't talk back, but I was very like, I combated. I was like, yeah, but there was no approval for the paper. You just told me to pick a subject, and I did. Yeah. And this is what I would like to do with my life. Yeah. And she's like, well, it's not realistic enough, so next time. And there wasn't even like I was like, can I try it, like write it again? She said no. So I just got failed for that one paper.
You were in 11th grade?
I was in 11th grade.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you tell kids their dreams aren't reachable.
You know what she did? She stole calculators from the school and got fired.
Oh, she had problems. This teacher had
she
problems.
definitely
obviously she had problems. Like she had math problems.
She had a lot of problems.
Nice.
Like obviously there has been something wrong because she's an English teacher. Why are you stealing like math calculators?
Yo, that black market cost for those
TIs.
TIs.
Reselling it. it.
Bruh.
Selling it back into the substitute market.
Yeah,
You know?
I have a real problem with teachers that like project their like own insecurities
Yeah.
with their life onto their
Absolutely.
students. Like I love the teachers that are like, you can do anything. We're just here to give you the tools to like get there, like pursue your dreams.
Maybe she was just jealous of you because she wanted to be a musician. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe she could.
and her dreams are crushed.
It's super crushed now. Too.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Damn.
look good to get fired from the school.
I mean,
Never.
it's, yeah, that's
What do you do from there?
that is so sad. You're supposed to be this beacon of like inspiration
Absolutely.
for like students and stuff. I had a teacher in my senior year of high school who I was in the IB program. I don't know if you're familiar, but like one school in a district has the IB program, and it's like one of the hardest programs.
It's like
it's
advanced
harder than
honors
college.
program.
Yeah.
It's
like
college
double
was,
advanced honors.
Yeah, college was easy when I got to college, but she was the one thing I can really appreciate about her. Shout out Miss Weir. She was like super realistic, but also like inspirational at the same time. Like we would tell her like what we wanted to do and everything, and she would just tell us like no bullshit. She would just be like, it's gonna take a lot of work, but like you can do it. Like you
can do it. You're gonna hate yourself, but you can do it.
Yeah, no, and she was like, all of you can achieve it, and like I'm just here to like you know, she wasn't trying to cookie cutter around anything. Wasn't even trying to be inspirational.
She was just being real.
She was just being real, but real in a way that was like encouraging.
You can
I
do
like
it.
that.
It's gonna be hard, but
I
you
like
can do
that.
it.
I like that a lot.
That's
The
a good way to
teachers-
go about it.
Especially the teachers who are just like, that's like a 1 in a million chance, and you can be that 1 in a million, but you got to put in all the work
Absolutely.
and then some more.
Yeah. Luckily, the teacher that replaced her, it was the second semester. We had a new teacher, and she was really cool. She was like 25, and she like went to shows in Charlotte. She was like. I remember she like gave me shit because I couldn't get into like the Porter Madion show, and she was like,
you weren't 18.
Yeah, I was like,
of course
she's
I can get
she's
in.
like, haha, and I was like, yeah.
What?
So I remember I would always like, during my film production class, I would always be finished with the work of that really film production. Shout out, so much fun. Because half of it's like you work on the video, and the other is like you
so
just
much
walk
fun.
around the halls
and you watch
know?
movies.
Yeah,
because you're studying them.
Yeah.
you know? But it's like
it's like such a good class to be in.
Yeah.
Because like whenever we're filming, I would be done filming, and I would just like be able to do anything.
Yep.
So I would just walk
Yep.
around.
Yep.
She had her off period, so I would just go and talk about music and stuff. And it was really cool. Like that was actually more motivational for me than what that previous
Does
teacher
she know
did.
what you're doing now?
I think so. I talked to her.
awesome.
I talked to her one time after I graduated.
Nice.
I talked to her one time. And there was like maybe 20. It would probably been like 20.
I wonder if she's still raving. She saw a set of yours.
That would have been
Yeah.
crazy.
Right.
That'd be crazy.
Damn.
That just made me think of an interesting thought of like, could you imagine raving with any of your teachers?
It's a wild thought.
I just remember
Yeah.
that I'm coming up on we have our 10 year soon. I know that they've already started
shit.
organizing it in
Wow.
a Facebook group. My
no.
You guys
class.
graduated in
Don't
24 then? Or
No, you're
20?
I'm 2013.
2012.
You're 2012. Yeah,
Mine
you're-
would've been
Oh,
last
so
year.
yours was
I
last
graduated
year.
middle school in 2012.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I would have graduated in 2015. I dropped out when I was going into senior year.
Of high school?
Yeah, I got bullied like heavily. A lot of people think it was for music, but it was just the bullying got to be so bad. Which like I want to make like because I want to say it before like someone's like no, he had friends. It's like I had friends.
Yeah.
You know, and there were people that knew I made music, and there were people that liked me for that. But it was very much split. There were people that would make fun of me for making music, and those people were not letting up. I got called the worst shit in the book over my, because like, I mean, like I was about like, at that point, probably 40, 50 pounds heavier than I am now. I had long hair.
Yeah.
I was wearing clothes that were like way too tight for me. That's too, because I was like a scene kid, you know, I wasn't wearing baggy clothes.
Yeah.
I was wearing like skinny jeans, tight skinny jeans, and like tight slim fit black shirts and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I was getting called everything in the book, and it drove me crazy. And like even the few friends I did have and stuff that were like really my friends, like it just wasn't. I didn't feel connected to them that much anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends were smoking weed or doing drugs or drinking, and I'm straight edge. I don't partake in anything.
Gotcha.
So it was like there's like a lot of disconnects, and that and the bullying. I was like, I'm just gonna leave, and I left, and it was kind of like, okay, we'll give it a year and see what happens. And a year later, I went on tour with Jansen and Dirt Monkey.
Dude, that's
Hell yeah.
you are so
Sheesh.
inspirational, dude. Like seriously.
That's what I want to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Is some type of like not blueprint, but just like not case study. Yeah, maybe a case study. Just like hey, you can
yeah,
get
you
through
can do it.
You can do it.
I didn't finish high school either. I dropped out.
Let's go.
Wait, you
I
did? You did too?
Mhm.
Now let's go. Stay in school.
I was hella depressed. I got my GED later. Got into college all by myself.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
When did you drop out?
I dropped up senior year.
Senior year?
Yeah.
During or before?
During.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It just got so bad.
My depression got so bad.
I get it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Wait,
Wait,
you just graduated college like what, last week? 2 weeks ago.
Like a month ago.
Congrats. If you could go back in time, would you have stayed in school?
No, I did not like my high school.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I would stay if I went back. Because I think I regret not. Because I think I lost. Well, you went to college. So I didn't go to college. And I feel like dropping out of high school combined with not going to college, combined with I've never had a job. This is my only job. So, because I started making music when I was 12, and then I started like getting a couple $100 when I was like 16 from it. And then I started playing shows when I was about 19.
Wow.
So I never had like a retail job or anything. So I think the lack of no job and no college, I think there's a lot of like certain developmental skills that I missed out on and had to learn like really late. So I think that I would go back to, I think I would have stayed for me personally.
But like even when I did go to college, I didn't have that college experience because I started later in college. I started when I was like almost 20.
Yeah.
In actual college.
So you weren't like super connected to like your class, for example.
No, and I wasn't like involved in anything. I just went there, went to school, graduated, done.
Yeah, I almost dropped out of high school, but I ended up moving to States so I could finish school because like I was also getting bullied. I was getting death threats. And I was like, but I wanted to finish school. So I just like, let me just go to Las Vegas. And I gave like a custody to like my eldest sister. And then like I just finished school.
Well, props to you for being able to like go and move and switch and continue and do it. That takes a lot. You know, it's also scary to start a new spot, like
especially when it's like your last.
Yeah, I know. Senior year. It was senior year. Like starting a brand new school senior year. I had no friends. Dude, I was ditching school.
What is up with high school and senior year? I don't know.
Some bad vibes with senior year. Yeah, I do. Sometimes I get like sad. I'm like, fuck, I wish I stayed. But then
you're living the life right now.
But you know what you're doing. You know.
I'd never be able to tell about the developmental stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know.
It's all fake. It's all an act.
We've grown from it. We've learned. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, I get that entirely.
Yeah.
Fuck high school.
222.
Fuck high school.
Fuck high school.
Fuck high school.
I just think Devin Larscheid when I think of high school. That's what I got called. I have a big forehead.
Damn. Yeah. Is that why the hair covers?
Yep.
I get it.
No, by the way.
I get it. Yeah. I used to. My hair was always in my face, and then as soon as I cut my hair off, I never wore hats until I cut my hair off.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like an accidental thing. I never wore hats growing up, so
now it's a thing.
That's a thing. Yeah, that same thing with the glasses. So I don't want to get LASIK. I don't think we were talking about it on the pod.
Oh no, we weren't. Yeah,
before, but I
highly recommend.
I don't want to get it because I feel like it's also part of the brand.
It's a brand.
It's part of the brand.
I see. Oh, that's true.
Maybe get LASIK and just wear.
Just get some prop glasses.
Just for aesthetic.
You guys are just exposing them right now.
Dude, prop glasses. You can take them off, throw them in the crowd.
To repeat, they have practicality. Okay, I have major eye bags.
So do I. It's called eye cream. Put eye cream on.
You have makeup.
I don't wear makeup.
I think you meant to say you have eye cream.
Yeah.
You have eye cream.
You can just buy eye cream. And you can put concealer on. Ain't no shame.
I put the stuff that you referred to me on this morning.
I use a different one.
Helped.
I use a different one now.
But thanks for letting me know. Can you send me the brand?
That one's actually really bad.
There was actually a recall.
It just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks.
We do have more fan questions though.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, so someone asked, do you have any pre-show rituals?
In the beginning, I did. It was actually watching Mean Girls. Actually, at the very beginning.
Wait, for real?
That's
You
really
don't
funny.
even go here.
Yeah, in the beginning, I would watch Mean Girls because I remember the first time I played a show ever. I was in Austin, Texas. It's actually kind of a funny story that I'll tangent it for half a second. They were like, "Oh, hey, how old are you? We want you to come play our college frat show." I was like, "Oh, I'm a sophomore," and I think they thought that I meant sophomore in college because I didn't classify.
Oh,
so I was a sophomore in high school, and
imagine like a 15-year-old just showing up.
Because I was like, because they were gonna pay for my flight, which is not usual in like for anyone that doesn't know, like most deals that come with shows, like the fee that you get is all inclusive.
Yeah.
Post COVID, you get a lot more hotels as buyouts instead of it being included in the deal.
Yeah.
So now, especially more than ever, it's like you have to get your hotel, but a lot of deals still do the hotel, but flights, it's in that fee that you get. So I was like, I need you guys to fly me and my dad out. And they were like, why are you flying your fucking dad out? What they did, they flew us out. So I go and I'm in the hotel and I'm really nervous. And we put on the TV and Mean Girls is on, which I've seen like so many times at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's a classic.
Yeah.
And it helped calm me down. So like I remember for the first few shows I played, I would actually put on Mean Girls. Yeah.
Because it helps calm you.
Help me chill out. Yeah, I did that for like 10 shows probably.
That's your meditation.
Yeah.
Did they ever find out you're 15?
Go here.
Oh yeah, they found out I was 15. When I got there, they were like, oh, your dad's cool. Like, so like, does he work with you? And I was like, no, he's just my dad. They're like, oh, for sure. Like, we just never had like someone bring him. I was like, Yeah, I mean, I'm a sophomore.
Yeah,
so.
he's my chaperone.
Yeah.
I'm a sophomore.
For real though.
Yeah.
Wait, how do they react when they finally figured it out?
Because they were like, "Oh, you want a beer?" I was like, "Oh, I can't drink." They're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm a sophomore," and they're like, "Oh, you're a sophomore in high school?"
You're a sophomore in college. I was
Yeah.
like 20, like 19, 20.
Yeah, they don't care, I guess, at that point. Right?
Well, no, that's
yeah.
the thing. If you're a sophomore in college, you probably
It's
wouldn't have thought
college.
twice to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
take a drink.
Yeah.
But when you're like, no, I'm a sophomore.
That's fair.
So like they were just like, oh shit. They actually were more stoked, I think, because they were like, oh, you're so like talented at such a young age. So I was like, oh, thanks. So that
Hell yeah.
Mean Girls was the pre-show ritual for a while. After that, I don't think I have any now. I think it's now just crying, freaking out, working on my set until the last minute. I literally have this really bad. Yeah, you know what? This is the ritual. I have Record Box open, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, it's the program that you use to make sure the songs are good for the CDJs that we play on. So to make sure that's on beat and everything. Yeah. Because when you load a song in, there's a grid, and when you hit play, there's a grid, and then when you hit play on another song, there's a grid. You want to make sure the grids are aligned so you can mix. So I try to. I just work in Record Box until I'm literally getting to the venue. It's really bad. I'm really last minute. Most people are like, I have my set done. It's next weekend. I don't work on it till the day before because I don't have idea. I don't want to work on it. I don't have the energy. I get ideas really last minute to like work. So my pre-show.
Sometimes you work well under pressure, you know.
Yeah, I do. I work best under pressure. So my ritual is procrastination.
Yeah. Love that.
Yep.
Procrastination.
We can all relate to that.
Senior quote.
Yeah.
Dude, the number of things, the number of plans, ideas, videos, everything is like, wait, is that due tomorrow?
Yeah. The crew here showed up actually late for the show today. Yeah, everyone here, they showed up really late. It's all procrastination here.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. I was the first one here. I was sitting in this chair for 3 hours waiting on them before we started.
Well, we had to let you cook in the chair for a little bit.
Yeah,
first,
just
you know?
like get used to it, get the vibes.
Yeah, it was actually a whole plan.
This is from Bootleg Craig. What do you think will happen first? Sentient AI or first contact with aliens?
Oh, fuck.
And to add on that, which would you prefer to happen first? Because they're both going to happen.
Yeah.
I would prefer alien contact first because I think it's less likely, or it's not less likely. It's more up in the air.
Brother, have you seen those TikToks of like the guy who saw an alien in his backyard?
I feel like that's alien contact already.
Yeah,
I was doing
the Vegas
experiments
thing.
on them.
The Vegas
we
thing.
don't know about it.
I saw. My problem with the Vegas thing and where I lean on that is because I definitely believe that aliens are real.
Oh, fuck
and
yeah.
there's no way we're the only people out there.
Yeah, for real.
Dude, this universe is way too expansive. And
Absolutely.
to say that we're the only sentient beings that have come into existence.
Yeah, delusional.
It's delusional.
I think something 100% fell from the sky because multiple people reported that. Multiple people saw that. There's videos of that we can confirm something did fall from the sky. I don't believe the alien thing though because the family where it fell in their backyard, that kid has an alien like YouTube channel. At the time,
it's promo.
Yeah, he's like
PR.
he was like, this was my experience with the alien, and he's like, it's about alien stuff.
Okay.
So I think they use him and his family use that opportunity. He's like a kid. I think they used the opportunity to do that.
PR stunt.
Yeah, but
sure.
I do believe something fell from the sky. Like even the cop was like, yeah, my partner said, like the officer said.
I've seen something fall from the sky. I was on my way to Vegas going to Lost in Dreams, and I was just like looking at the window, and we're in the middle of the desert, and I see like a green beam, and I was like, there's no fucking way.
That's terrifying.
I was like, there's no way.
That's the thing too. Is just like that's what's crazy. Is like for all we know, there could have been a whole bunch of contact by now. But
it could be.
Who's gonna believe the person?
What if I'm an alien?
What if I'm an alien? What if I've been probed?
Because I will say this to like expand on your thought. It's just like aliens for sure. There's no way that they don't exist. It's just well, have they made contact? I mean, if we haven't even left our fucking solar system to go make content, what is to say that another
Yeah, I would like that to happen first because I think it's more up in the air about them being evil. I feel like anything sentient with AI because I just think it has too much information with the rate that AI is growing and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about AI, but I think it's more likely to go wrong faster.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's why I would rather an alien touch first because like, who knows if that's gonna be bad or not? They could be chilling. You know?
Do you think AI will take DJs' jobs? Are you scared?
No, I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I think it's gonna take a lot of jobs, which sucks, and it's a problem. You know what I mean? It's already taking jobs. You know.
Yeah.
I think it should be used as tools. Not
You got to
full
follow
replacements.
the wave of AI.
Yeah.
And keep up with it for sure.
I'm big on AI. It should streamline your process, but it shouldn't like completely remove a job.
Yeah.
It should not. I don't think it should completely remove jobs. And seeing it happen is sad for people that are losing those jobs. I don't think it'll ever replace DJs because I think people go there for that live experience.
It's too
of
creative
human.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think also some people go to a show and they don't want to see like when a DJ has a really bad stage presence, it ruins it for them. Some people don't care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some there's some DJs that
I
do
can't
great.
see. I'm too short to see the stage.
I
so I'm
can't
just
see
like,
you guys out there. I can't see shit.
Yeah, it's like we had Bonnie and Clyde on the episode or on the podcast, and Daniel, who is Clyde, was saying that like AI, it can't replace a soul. Like you can't replace like the soul of a track that's been produced from someone's creativity. Like there is no replacing it. You can maybe come close to like replicating it, but like there's still intention. There's still like
people still
stuff
want that
goes
human
behind it.
connection.
Yeah. And I think some people think that other people are dumber than they are. Like people can sense like emotion and intent with things.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see people see through a lot of that. So it's just whether they choose to support it or not. So I'm not down for the sentient AI. Yeah, that's scary.
I prefer aliens.
Yeah.
First contact.
Like
for sure.
those videos of like these aren't sentient, but like those those robots where they have like they'll like have like those really realistic robots with like the fake skin and they're like talking now.
Yeah.
Like Westworld type shit. It's like they like you have like you see the robots and they're like, hi, there's like one named like Sally or some shit. It's like hello, and it's like you can ask it questions and it's like I don't like that. Don't want
Creeps
that.
me out. It creeps me out.
There was even a debate between two of them, and they put them on a panel, and they were going back and forth. And one was like an older version, and one was a newer version. And the older version, I guess, like wasn't trained to like filter what they would say, and they would be like, "We are going to take over the world. We are going to blah blah blah." And then,
No, thank you.
And then the newer
No, thank
version
you.
was like, "Don't listen to him." Blah 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 blah. I can't remember the exact words, but like they were just on a debate panel, and it was like a freaky experience because it's like at the end of the day, like they are actually saying what they're generating. Like,
I don't know, man. That's
I'm good on all
I'm
of
not
it.
touching
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, give me the aliens.
Yeah. This is the thought I've had about I want to throw this in there too about aliens too. We're carbon-based life forms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine what a silicon-based life form might look like, or like a gold-based like life form might look like? I don't know why.
It'll be like the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I didn't see it.
They have the what's freaking Adam Warlock.
Yeah, Adam Warlock.
I didn't watch it.
No, the gold race, right? The race.
Yeah, in the second movie, you see some of that race.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
like
I imagine.
that's like kind of like a thought I had is like or a gas-based life form. That'd be really cool. Like what did that even look like?
I want superheroes.
I want Pokemon.
Any of these are happening?
Do you watch The Boys?
I've seen the
What if
first two
superheroes
seasons.
happen and they're like Homelander and they're really mean and
I think anything happening is like we're fucked because like if Pokemon's like that ended up being like a real thing or someone created it, the animal cruelty against them is gonna be so bad. They're gonna be killed and slaughtered. It's gonna be so bad. Even if they're the friendliest creatures, if superheroes are real, then supervillains will become a thing.
Yeah.
Like anything that happens, we're just like screwed
We're
either way.
fucked.
Yeah.
True.
So literally be
Rip
bored
humanity.
children. Bored children
Sucks.
with
I mean,
a
if we're
superpower.
normies,
Everyone's
we're fucked.
Ruining the fun for everybody.
Or it could be like we're the whole Wall-E and we just destroy Earth and we're living up in space and
in our,
with
like,
our little
in
pods.
our fat chair things.
Yep. Maybe. Well, on that note.
On that note,
Shall we?
Play another song.
yeah, let's close out. with
let's do another
song.
song.
On that note, survival of the fittest.
Let's take our minds off this existential crisis
I
topic
don't want to
stuff.
think about it anymore. I'm scared. I'm getting scared.
I'll give you guys 2 songs to end it.
Oh, fuck
Is what I'll
yeah.
do. The second one is also from the EP. It's a song with RUNN.
When is...
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
there
that
are
was one of the questions.
What are the questions?
Yeah.
Oh, is it coming
What do you-
out?
Yeah, when's
Yeah.
the song with
It's
Ron?
on the EP. It's gonna be out late. Well, when you're watching this, it'll be out later
I
this month.
love her.
Hey.
Yeah, it'll be. This is
perfect
dropping
timing.
in August, right?
August, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be at the end of this month. That's what I'll say.
Perfect
On
timing.
Monster
Time
Cat.
traveling.
You going on tour after that?
It'll already be announced by then. Yeah, I am currently when this airs. I think I'll be at Lollapalooza.
Hell yeah.
But I have a headline tour. This is interesting to plug because it's not like out yet.
You
but
can
it's,
technically do it because it'll be out.
It'll be out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're time
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah. So like later this month, Volpe Ascends EP is gonna be on Monster Cat, which is really exciting. It's a label I've been wanting to work with for
Love
my whole
Monster Cat.
career,
Hell yeah.
and to work with them finally is like a dream come true.
Hell yeah.
And then the Volpe Ascends headline tour, which will be starting basically very early next month, September, but the festival dates are part of this like run as well. A bunch of cool cities that I'm hitting that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
And I'm
You're hitting here, right?
hitting LA. I don't know. Hitting SoCal, I don't know. We'll find out. Oh wait, I am. I'm hitting Nocturnal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll see you again.
That's announced.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's announced. I forgot because we didn't get like the announcement for it. So like Pascal just tweeted it, and I was like, here we go.
I feel like I hear that happens a lot. He just tweets in like, "Oh, I guess I'm on the lineup."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nocturnal's my
Oh
birthday.
no, you know you're on the lineup.
My birthday
you know
rave.
It's your birthday rave.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I always celebrate my birthday in Nocturnal.
Awesome.
We'll
I'll
be
be
here,
seeing
right?
you. I'll be seeing you guys then, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, easy.
Yeah.
Dance
Nocturnal.
Westopia is the week before.
Yeah.
Yes, something like that.
We'll be in the mosh pits.
So I'll be around. Let's see. I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
play you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna play you guys. It Isn't Me with RUNN. I'll skip a little
love
bit
that.
in it.
I love.
I'll play from the beginning. This one. I'll stop a little bit into it.
It's guitar plugs.
Yeah, it's digital.
I know you've been having dreams.
God, I love Run's voice.
When you're asleep.
Every time.
She's
You
so
can sing
good.
me a lullaby and I'll die happy. Bro.
Every time there's female vocals, Nand, the same thing. I love female
But
vocals.
Run?
We've been away for
Such a smooth voice.
Yeah.
I should have seen the signs. And if we're honest with each other, I think it's time. Cause a heart only breaks when there's room to be broken. One foot out the door, too afraid to be close. It isn't me. It isn't me.
Whoa, dun, dun, dun.
I'll be driving the road.
Yeah.
Know where you're going when someone gives up. And it hurts cause I know it isn't me.
Lasers in the background. That's nasty.
I'm gonna be biased because
do
melodic bass is my favorite genre.
Dude,
this
same.
is gonna be my favorite
That
song
shit was
off the
tight.
EP.
That shit was tight.
I'm pretty
Thank
biased
you.
too. Melodic
That's-
Thank
oh
you guys.
my god.
I really like. I don't know who said it. I was like, "This shit's nasty."
That was me.
It's just melodic drums. I make jokes about that all the time. It's like a really like pretty mellow, like not energetic drop. It's like, yo, this is the hardest shit I've heard in my days.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I
I don't know anything else.
I loved it. But thank you. I'm really happy with that song. We made it maybe in 2020 or 2021. It's been a while.
Wow.
I think it's been a while. We've been sitting on it, and it was gonna come out. I think it was gonna come out on the Legend of the Volpe EP at one point, and then it just didn't. And then I didn't know what to do with it, and I was like, I love this song so much. I want it to come out. It's just hard
Just
to place
needed
it.
to like
Yeah.
be fermented just a little
Absolutely,
bit.
Yeah.
I need to sit on it a bit more.
Just a little bit more.
I stopped playing it out for a little bit because I didn't know, and then I started playing it out again when I figured out I want this on Volpe Ascends.
Oh hell
and
yeah.
I think it's in the Volpe Ascends EP is still very like it's an energetic EP that shows like it's kind of like a statement of just like kind of Laserbeam happened. Now I'm here to stay with
Yeah.
Happy Song.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
With Eat Sleep Rage, which would already be out by now. It's the second single that came out earlier.
Nice.
From there, and this is the only melodic song on there, but it still fits that ascending.
I
vibe,
still
you know?
feel your sound in there a lot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I heard the lasers.
Yeah, I know. I was like the lasers.
the little laser
The little
builds.
layers underneath.
And to be fair, that little pause before the that was
Yeah.
the nasty. That was the nasty part.
I
was
like
that.
I appreciate that.
Still mainly melodic.
I can what I can do
I
as
love
well.
female vocals.
I'll show you guys something that is not done yet.
Bet.
A heavy song that's not on the EP
Bet.
that has placeholder vocals. Okay,
Bet.
so it's like these aren't it's not a remix of the song that I took the vocals from, but
Bet.
I'm gonna just
You can play us anything you want, Ray.
What am I gonna? My real question is where do
We'll
I
eat that
play
shit
it
up.
from? I'll play it from
I'm
here.
hungry.
I
know. I'll take two.
All right, so this is a heavy one. This one's heavy. I'm trying to get a vocalist on here that like fits this Lil Jon vibe.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I think Lil
vibe.
Jon's out of my reach, but
Yeah.
Oh, that was loud. It went straight in. That was crazy. My
Fairlane
bad.
part 3.
Yeah. There.
Okay. About to go down in this bitch right now.
You'll know the song when it hits. Yeah.
Listen closely. I do exactly what I
It's this song.
fucking say.
Yeah.
I'm ready to mosh.
Everyone's got to throw elbows right now. Let's just go in. To make room. Give us a room. Yeah.
God, every time you keep.
Now you've really done it.
It's the end of the episode. It's fine.
You keep blue balling us. This is the third, like, 3 blue balls in a row.
How to do it. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta finish. That one caused some destruction.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for that one
It's
yet?
fine.
So I made it at like on my way from like London, leaving the airport to go to Rampage. So I called it like Rampage ID.
Yeah.
So if I get a vocal on it, it'll probably have something to do with Rampage. I'll call it Rampage.
Got it.
I need a vocal on it. That's like that vibe, you know.
Anyone out there connected to Lil Jon?
Yeah.
Okay. Please.
Hit.
Lil Jon, please.
Lil Jon,
Please.
Please. You can't say no if they say please.
Right?
No, you gotta like pretty please.
Yeah.
Please.
If this makes it to become a social clip, everyone please tag Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Record labels.
He's like, stop
please.
fucking
Where
tagging
you
me.
at? Lil Jon's like, okay, what's this? In his Lil Jon voice.
Dude, he's so good. It's crazy how iconic he is in EDM like bass songs. It's
Didn't he start producing?
He started DJing.
Oh, maybe he started DJing. I feel like he probably always had his hand in production. If I had to guess.
Yeah.
For sure.
If I had to guess.
Jesus, well, wow, the time flew by.
Yeah, thank you guys for being on my podcast today.
That was so much fun.
Thank you guys for joining me on my podcast.
Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having on this wonderful podcast.
Did you guys peek?
Bassmeister.
Did you guys peek?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
I'm always peeking in life.
I was just thinking we would look up at the neon sign and all of a sudden it just like says Volpetron. Like
the
everything. It's like one of those
reality.
Black Mirror episodes where just like everything changed.
Wait,
and
you should
you're like,
do that. Edit
Yeah,
it.
go ahead, edit that in.
Yeah. Reality's about to change.
Edit it. I'll pay you
No.
I'll give you $20. I'll pay you your
Devin,
hour
just
rate.
honestly, just use keyframes and have a fade in, fade out.
That's not how keyframes work for this. Okay.
Just keyframe it. Just do it in post.
Yeah. Oh my god.
cut
The
it.
amount of times I've heard that, I'm just like, just get triggered.
But yeah, if you want to like plug anything, I mean, you kind of already did, but like
Yeah,
plug
I guess
anything.
mainly for me, it's the Volpetron Ascends EP coming out later this month on Monster Cat. Catch me on tour anywhere in the United States
Buy
or
your tickets,
Canada.
sell that shit out.
Yeah.
Do
Please, please, that'd be awesome. Volpetron Ascends tour tickets are definitely on sale
Let's
now.
go.
Yeah.
And there's definitely more to come. I'm excited for there's festivals that I haven't even announced yet that probably aren't even announced yet now when this airs. I'm excited about. Otherwise, I don't got much to plug. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Obviously, go check out Ray's social media.
Yeah, follow me
if
on
you
every
haven't.
social platform.
Every single
I like
Yeah,
every
booster.
single post.
Every
comment on every
comment,
single post.
everything, share, repost,
And
everything.
Jess is
follow
social
Jess.
medias too.
Follow
yeah.
Jess.
Follow Jess.
Don't follow my manager Pat because he's gonna get upset. He's gonna get upset. He likes his Instagram on private. So
Fair
You know,
enough.
just follow him on
Follow
Facebook,
my agent
follow him
Pete.
on Pinterest,
My
follow him on
agent Peter.
Tumblr.
yeah.
And
LinkedIn.
My business manager Alex, love that guy. Yeah. Honestly, actually, if there's one thing I want to plug, but I want to shout out is I just really want to thank my team because the resurgence of the Ray Volpe project would not exist without them.
Hell yeah.
So that like literally, Pat, Peter, Jess, and Alex are the people that have saved my life, and I would be fucked without them. I would
That's
not
so
be here
awesome.
without them. I didn't miss anyone. did I?
Shout out the whole Ray Volpe team.
Oh, Andres. Yeah, that's bad. I forgot Andres.
I think you mentioned him.
No,
earlier.
I talked about him earlier.
Yeah.
Andres is the man behind everything visual in terms of video visuals.
Yeah.
All my live visuals.
Yeah.
That dude, we've become such good friends since 2020 when we started working together, and I'm like, he's a wizard with Blender and Unreal. It's
Hell yeah.
insane. I'm lost without those guys.
Wow.
I feel like you gotta have a couple tears for me to believe what you're saying.
For you,
Yeah,
come on.
we'll add it in post. We're fine.
Yeah.
We'll
It's like you gave like a Grammy Award speech right there.
You guys have a Patreon?
Yes. So I real quickly wanted to give again a shout out.
You're welcome for that.
Jay holding the teleprompter behind the camera. But yeah, big shout out to our patrons. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. If you didn't already know and you're new to the channel, we do have a Patreon. If you want to go tune in, we do bonus episodes.
If you're not annoyed of us now, then you get more. And
playlists
we
on
do.
there.
Yeah, exclusive playlists. And
the monkey bar videos.
Monkey
will be
bar
on.
videos.
Yo, if there is gonna be, it's gonna go
that would
there.
be
So,
I do take a 90% cut.
Oh, that's fine. That's
on
fine.
the joins.
yeah,
from
we've like reacted. We have a reaction to like a XG cipher on there. Like we post a bunch of like random behind the scenes.
There's a bunch of
stuff,
new
but-
series ideas that we're trying out and we're gonna put on
Yeah.
there. And if they do well, we might even
That's
put
awesome.
it on the main.
Yeah.
That's
yes,
awesome.
and we do
Yeah.
need to do call-ins very soon, guys.
Yeah.
Like really, we do. We tried it out with
We
Tyler
did. We
today.
did.
Actually,
It worked.
We
It
did.
worked.
We're kind
It
of doing.
worked.
Yeah, he's got planned. I started screen recording a couple seconds in, so
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
that's a good
I
idea.
love
Do that.
We
Yeah.
literally hear your voice saying, "I'm gonna just go ahead and like screen record this."
Yeah.
Go ahead and do this.
But yeah. I would have already put their names on screen.
And now.
And no. And now we're taking them off because they've been on this whole entire time.
Wow.
Mine's still up there.
There wasn't that big introduction.
Is it gonna come down like a movie?
No.
Like
No, it's not.
movie credits?
No.
Why?
She asks this every time. She's like, or she'll say this. I'll be like, and their names on screen now. She's like a movie, animation. And I'm like, no, I'm not animating
You know what's
all
funny?
of that.
You know what's funny? You could totally just put it in there one time and she'll just be surprised.
I'm gonna do it when she doesn't. When she
I probably
doesn't
wouldn't
say
even
that.
know because it takes a lot for me to watch the full episode.
I don't know if you should say that about our podcast.
She just added.
Wow.
No, I mean she has a really. it's
No.
'cause-
My reason is I can't watch myself. It's really hard for me to
That's
sit
true.
down
That's fair.
and
That's
watch
fair.
myself.
I will say, people who are not in the film industry, like for many, many years, it takes a while to get used to just being on camera all the time. And then
100%.
watching yourself, listening to yourself, and editing your own shit all the time. It's just like,
I feel like I'm disgusting because I can like listen to myself talk all day. For sure.
I mean, I can now.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you.
Not gonna
I
lie,
got you,
like
I got you.
I can now. When I first started, no way.
Guys, we're literally about to do
Anyways,
a whole ass another second.
yeah, sorry. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. Thank you, Ray, for coming on.
Have it
Thank
here. You guys
you.
are fucking dope.
You're
I had a good
dope.
time.
What the fuck?
Thanks for being here, man.
I'm alright, guys.
All right, guys, make sure you
More
prep your
compliments.
good morning and good night texts for after this.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
Yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe
Meet
to
you
the
at the
channel.
monkey bars. Thank you.
I know.
Let me get out of the way now. Good morning. Good night.
Good night. Good afternoon.
Please like and comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out our other social media channels. And with that, I'm Devin.
I'm Mickie.
I'm Nand.
I'm Bryn.
I'm Ray.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
I'll be there too.
Toodles.